Hey guys, welcome back to the Tavern. It's good to see you again.
Hey.
Come on in, relax, take your shoes off. We have a few announcements. The first and foremost, the drink of the night is the Misotero Teeny.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
Misoterotini.
Yes, Misotero.
It sounds fun.
And it is this lovely little flavor after the thing that we have discovered last week, the Misotero, and it's absolutely wonderful. It's a great dessert drink. It's coffee liqueur and some white chocolate and goodness with cinnamon and rum and all the best things in it.
That will sneak up on you.
So, yes.
That will
Oh
totally
yeah, 'cause
sneak
it's
up on
sweet.
you.
It's
Oh,
sweet.
yeah.
You like want to keep drinking
It's
it.
a
You
little-
keep drinking it, and then you get up and you'll fall.
Yes, it's a little stronger than you expect. But
Drink responsibly, everyone.
yes.
Wonderful. Thank you, Adam. Other notes for tonight. The wonderful shirt that I have wearing right now.
Yay.
It was a fundraiser sponsored by Dungeons & Dragons, Wizards of the Coast, and the Lambert House. All proceeds go to Lambert House. So I believe they're actually doing a full-on run right now. People loved them so much that they're actually having these in store. So go check it out. It's not related to us. I'm just happy Pride Month, everyone. So cool.
Happy Pride Month.
Yay!
To all our NB pals and whatnot. So hello. Let's see. Twitch Prime. So if you guys know, if you guys even have a Twitch, Amazon Prime, you have the ability to activate Twitch Prime, and by doing so, you can go ahead and subscribe to one channel per month of your choice. You can choose anyone, really, but it would be awesome if you
You could choose any one, or you could choose the one. Just saying.
or the one. It can only be one. So again, we do a lot of hard work here for you guys and for us too. I mean, we're playing this game for ourselves, but we're allowing you to watch. So anything you can throw our way. It's a free subscription. I can talk. Wow, that's starting to hit me.
Thanks, Cancer Candles. Woo!
Oh yeah, that's right.
And actually, for our candles, the code at checkout is triangle and flame, all caps, all one word, for 10% off right at checkout. So
You just subscribed. You just subscribed.
Ooh.
Good man.
Why did I do that?
Every time you subscribe, you get to hear Gil make an involuntary noise.
Oh God. Yeah.
What flavor are we burning tonight, by the way?
Adventures Bounty.
Adventures
Bounty.
Dig it.
I wonder if
Dig
we
it.
have
We all have to chant it.
a music show.
Adventures Bounty. Adventures Bounty.
If it gives me some nat 20s, I'm down.
Some of that ad booty. All right.
So again, we have plenty of ways to catch up. If you just started joining the stream, hello, welcome. We are welcome to Tremahia. We do every Sunday night. We do our own little Dungeons & Dragons shows for our amusement as well as yours. And you can also watch us on YouTube to watch all of our archived episodes that are, I believe, 1 through probably
21.
Well,
Or
20.
1 through
20,
some odd. I don't know
something.
what we have exactly fully open now. But we
I
have
think we're missing just
all of the
Absolutely 19. 1 through
everything
19.
before our VOD section will be up on our YouTube section. So check that out if you're wanting to catch up. Also the wiki, Triangle Table wiki. I know. It sounds funny.
Yeah.
Whatever. Yeah, you can go ahead and read up on it if you wish. Cody Frampus does an amazing job every week and updates that as we go along. So,
Yeah,
Helps you out when we're
seriously,
not here. That's how I get my fix.
that's where we get our notes from. So,
Right.
That's true.
last note, and the,
I
kind
don't
of the
watch
biggest
this
one.
shit. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
The last note of the night. Ask Tremahia. So next week we will not be here, or at least we will not be in the studio. We're going to be doing a live Q&A session from another location where we got to discuss. And yeah, just go ahead and if you have any questions for us, any questions for the cast members, including Tech, why not? We'll be there to answer all your questions. Just use the hashtag AskTremahia on wherever hashtags are prevalent. I think Facebook,
They're
Instagram,
everywhere, man.
Twitter.
All of them.
They're
Just
everywhere.
everything,
Yep.
Every single one.
Really?
Hashtag's
Tumblr?
big now.
Yeah. You can also ask us directly, and we'll relay our answers to Gil.
What about Tinder?
Sure. Yeah, why not?
Okay, all right, cool. So
You
if you're-
super like me. I mean, like, yeah, let's go on a date. I'm
Swipe
not
right.
picky. Like, I love free drinks.
Adam, you're doing right now.
Apparently
Yeah.
so, man.
Yeah, I guess we matched. That's what this is. This is all like a really elaborate way to have like a Tinder, like a multi-Tinder
Multi-Tinder
date.
date, yeah. Awesome. That actually should be a thing.
That would be a dope Tinder date. If someone
Yeah.
was like, "Hey, you want to play some D&D?" I'd be like, "Yeah, let's role play."
Oh my
people
god,
who are
can you
cooler than
imagine
us."
like a D&D Tinder?
Oh my god.
Oh, with adventurers, that's how you get your group. All right, shit.
No,
you
actually,
can't take
hold
it.
on.
You can't take
here's
this
the
idea.
funny thing. I have a friend that's developing it. If she's watching right now, Rebecca, I'm talking to you. I'm looking at you. Develop it.
So are we.
Develop
Wait a
it.
second. Go for it.
Yeah. Hopefully she's
We'll
listening.
discuss NDAs later.
We just broke all of them.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Let's do the recap here. It's a little warm tonight, so apologize for the profuse sweat
Sorry, guys.
coming out of my pores, or at least our pores.
Yeah, right.
The recap. Over on the islands of Praetos, home of the Athenae and Hyllenae's father, the group known as the Fatebound, our heroic adventurers, made their way to the northern docks to boat over to where the oracle is located. Upon arriving at the docks, they came upon a murder scene, and they have discerned that the cursed blade, the cursed blade that was not destroyed, and possibly has a new owner or a new carrier.
Asshole.
They paid their fare for the boat and traveled to the oracle, but not before encountering a ferocious manticore. After dispatching the beast quite easily, actually.
Dispatch is like an
yeah.
understatement.
They made their way to the summit, where the oracle sent them through a well portal over to the fortress of Kyleum, where they had a not so warm welcome by the fortress of Kyleum themselves. After being approved, the party made their way over to the large central chamber, a huge area where the council was taking place. Several dignitaries and ambassadors were all present there from all corners of the realm, in discussion and arguing about the best course of action going forward. The party met with Shelia for the true purpose of their summons, to investigate what's going on at the siege of the Keep of Zetona. While near the council, Trixie and Jingles noticed someone from their past, a Baron Davian Thorne. They talked amongst themselves about the Baron himself, and the entire party has gone to bed, hoping to recoup any lost hit points and abilities, getting a fresh mind, a fresh new start on things, and that's where we pick up. The 8 hours later of their...
No, we went to sleep like super early, right? It was like
It was-
early afternoon, so it's now like late night?
No, you guys went to bed in the morning. Right.
Okay.
Yeah, so to you guys, though, you guys have been awake for a while.
Jet lagged.
Yeah, because you were in on the islands of Praetos, and when you transported, you moved across the globe somewhat. And I'm not going to give you the exact degrees, but you're over to the east now a lot more, and so you kind of reset your day, so to speak. And because the sun,
Poor lag.
Damn it.
the sun arises in the west on this world. So while there, you guys notice that it's a little bit lighter out. The discussions were the council was just starting to meet up and get going on their daily arguing, and that's when you guys have arrived. So you guys are now 8 hours into the day, past around 8 o'clock, or so around 9 o'clock in the morning. So I'll transform. That's what
Early evening.
early evening. So you guys are just about to, as you guys wake up, you notice that if you were to walk outside your doors, you see the sun is starting to just crest over the mountains, the far mountains off in the valley.
Crest or set?
Set.
I was like, nah, I'm really confused.
Well, I mean, you can still crest the mountains technically, right?
Reverse. Rest.
Rest.
Brenner, guys, let's do it.
Oh my god, yeah. Well, there goes our day.
Right.
So you guys wake up after your 8-hour rest.
Are we all sleeping together?
You okay? So
One
you
big
and your,
happy pile.
Yeah, just like
you, Hyllenae, and Amalthea are all in one room.
Okay. I'm sleeping with Camille.
Correct.
Mhm.
And Trixie and Jingles are in another room. Dorian has traveled with you. He's sleeping. He's currently resting in Shelia's room.
Of course he is.
Hound dog. All right. Well, I get
He
up
likes
and.
the gills.
Right. Oh, that's right. She's nice.
Yeah, an elderly woman.
Wow. Yeah. Cool.
Still very beautiful in her age. You can see
Is she elven? She's full elven?
No,
or-
she's actually human.
She's
Completely
human. Okay.
Intelligence is sexy, guys.
All right.
Super sexy. So I wake up and I guess I'll kind of pat Camille a little bit on the head,
You hear a little.
and I go tight, and I go over to Hyllenae, which I assume you're already awake.
Yeah, I'm awake. I'm getting my armor on and getting prepared to find out what's going on.
So I walk over and I go, "Do you know what's going on?" I go, "Good morning." I go, "Good morning."
As far as what's going on outside the keep, no, I have no clue.
Well, this is a pretty intense keep to be in such a barren place. And it seems that everyone's pretty eager to get going, especially with what's on the horizon.
Mm-hmm.
So, shall we?
Let's do it.
You don't have anything else that you need to do here, do you?
Just check in with Shelia and see what she has in mind. I don't know what direction we're going in or where, I don't know where this other keep is, so.
Wait, you've never heard of it before?
Mm-mm.
This is the first.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going into uncharted territory even for yourself.
Indeed we are.
Well, it's not stopped us before, I guess.
No. No.
Alright, well you lead the way and I'll have you back.
Okay.
Shall we get everyone else?
Might as well.
You guys start to notice that there's a little bit of wind kind of picking up, and it's howling through the various columns and openings in the fortress itself. You see, it's picking up every now and then a little bit of dust from the plains that you saw earlier that day, actually. So,
Well, I guess we'll...
yes.
Oh, I was just gonna say, I have a quick question now. I know we were waiting for the wizards to recoup their spells
Right.
in order to portal us. Did we have a set time on when we were leaving?
It was going to be the next day, so
Okay.
you still have a little bit of time.
Okay.
If you guys wish to do anything while you're here, it's going to start to, as I said, the sun is setting now, so if you guys wish to, there's many areas in this fortress you can go about.
We should probably procure some food before we leave.
Oh yeah, I'm all for that. Maybe a little bit of alcohol would be great too. By the way, do they have any here? Any like specialty?
That I will have to ask.
Fantastic.
This is a pretty, what's the word I'm looking for?
Dry?
It's very
Straight?
severe.
Oh.
I think is kind of the word I'm looking for. I don't know if alcohol would be here, but we can ask.
Yeah, we should leave immediately.
They have a bunch of politicians. I'm sure there's alcohol here somewhere.
Good
Or
point.
hookers.
Fair
One
point.
of the two. Well, I guess with that, we'll all leave Hyllenae, myself, and Malthea to go fetch these two.
Okay.
And on our way there, I'll look over to Hyllenae and go, is it just me? Or have we just decided that no one should know about us out of nowhere? It kind of seemed like out of a vacuum to me.
For what we're about to do, I think the less politicians who know about this, the better. And Shelia seems to feel the same way.
Oh, I see.
Otherwise, there's going to be all kinds of fingers in the cookie jars, if you get what I mean.
Yeah, get those fingers out of my cookie jar.
Yes.
It's my cookie jar.
Um,
Fair enough. Okay, yeah, I was just wondering why all the secrecy all of a sudden. We've never been people to hide our identities, so I was just curious, especially with your own people, why that was a thing all of a
well,
sudden.
most of these people are not my people, but this is kind of a hush-hush deal. Shelia doesn't want the council to know that she's sending a party that's basically to scout out what's going on.
Is this a rogue mission?
Yeah, it kind of is.
Dope. Cool. Alright, well that's all you need to tell me. I'm super down for this.
I know, you're super rogue. Not as rogue as Trixie,
Well,
but you're
let's be fair. Okay, well, yeah, I mean, if Shelia, who seems extremely wise and was also your mentor, if she thinks this is the best course of action, then I'll trust that.
All right.
You have a good head on your shoulders, and I imagine she had something to do with that, so.
Yeah, I would attribute a lot of what I've learned to her.
Perfect. And at this time, I feel like we probably got into
I
their
think we've
door.
been standing in front
Well,
of their door talking.
Yeah.
You were
loudly.
literally right across the way.
I was gonna say it was a really
Can
long
we
3 steps.
hear what was
We were
going
putting
You know
on
what?
like
Go ahead,
things.
go ahead, perception with advantage, because they were right there. They weren't even.
We weren't even trying to hide it.
Mm.
Oh.
Yeah, if anything, we're
Well,
like,
I mean,
Double
12.
sevens.
12.
you guys are tired.
Yeah. Yeah, you can still hear Jingles snoring.
Yeah.
Or weeping softly about Muggsy.
In his sleep as he caresses him.
Yeah. Just like you're like
His
tossing, you're
arm
like,
stub.
go grab the sword.
Very,
No.
very important question. Does Muggsy have a stub? Or is it just...
It actually looks like if you were to, as I mentioned before, if you were to make a mud patty, let it dry, and crumble it, it looks just like the jagged, the clay,
Okay.
if you will.
So no stub. It's
So
just
basically upsetting to look at.
very upsetting to look at. Okay, all right.
And you can't seem to, like, when you go to like touch it, it doesn't like fall off any more than it already has.
Well, thank God.
By the way,
Terrible.
happy Father's Day.
To all the better fathers out there, happy Father's Day. I'm learning. But yeah.
So you guys eventually hear a knock at the door.
Trixie, you want to get that?
No.
Come on, please.
Alright, I will get the door.
Easy. Just ask twice.
I know Jingle's laziness, though. It wasn't worth the battle.
Right, yeah. It's a Sisyphean effort.
All right, Trixie answers the door. You can tell she just woke
Hair
up.
disheveled.
Yeah.
Oh,
Hey,
you dyed your
guys.
hair.
She did.
She did.
Oh, yeah. I had an accident. What's up?
Oh. Goodness gracious. What did you guys... Did you find alcohol?
Jingles. It
Oh.
was his Jingles' fault.
Oh, you still have glitter on your
I
face,
was
right?
gonna say, this is how you see like a little sparkle off the side of her face.
Yeah. So I play with dancing lights in front of her. I'm like, ooh, it shines. I like this look.
You actually can't see that. Believe it or not.
Oh, right. I
Believe
can't
it or
see
not.
that. So never
Believe it
mind.
or
None
not.
of that
It
happened.
shines, Donna. It's very pretty.
Cool.
I mean, as far as you can tell, there's a new look.
Sure.
But the color and the
That's right.
glitter.
You're right.
unfortunately-
Fucking metagamed. I'm sorry. Hey, Trixie, who looked like all the same person I've always met in my life.
What's
Hair
up,
still
Donna?
just showing.
Yeah.
Sure. We were just we wanted to maybe just talk about what we're planning on doing and see if we can't get a strategy going with this keep that we're headed to, and maybe we talk with Shelia might be in order.
I'm really jet portal lagged. Can we join you guys in a little bit, perhaps? Jingles is still sleeping.
Yeah, sure. Is there a fucking bear in your room?
Yes.
Fair enough.
Jingles.
Jingles is told.
Very good. Very good.
That was fantastic. Well, yeah, that's yeah. I guess we don't need to involve you guys. We can always relay things afterwards if you guys need some extra rest.
If you wouldn't mind, I would appreciate
We'll go.
that.
Sure.
We'll go find some provisions as well before we
Oh,
leave.
perfect.
That sounds
okay.
good.
Where are we going?
I don't know yet.
Oh,
We're gonna find that out.
I'm
North?
cool with that.
I think that was the only thing that I
You
caught.
don't even know which direction north is.
That's beside the point.
It's this way. Okay, yeah. Well, if you guys do you want us to procure? I can't say it either. Procure anything else?
Acquire.
Today
Right.
has been brought to you.
No, I think we're good. Although we've used a lot of our torches. Just throwing that out
Yeah, we
there.
might want to get a couple more.
Okay.
Torches.
All right. Well, you guys enjoy your nap.
Thank you.
No problem. And they slowly slam the door. And we walk away, I guess.
Alright,
So-
I'm gonna stop by Shelia's room to see if Dorian's there.
All right. You.
And sorry, I was gonna say, and immediately as soon as the door slams, Trixie, are you awake?
I just talked to them.
Like awake. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I'm fine.
Okay.
Are you lucid?
I've looked better, but I'm
Well,
fine.
that's true. But yes. Are you, so what's the plan? What are we doing?
Well, I kind of want to go eavesdrop.
I thought so. Okay.
You know me well.
Give me a minute. I'm gonna try something.
Ooh.
And I'm gonna start getting ready. It's gonna be another half hour, but
Okay.
I like this robe.
Fast.
yeah, no, it's a quick day for Jingles, but
The fashion
yeah, so I'm gonna
show.
start
It's
getting
Pretty
start
woman
getting
montage
ready.
here.
Like
Darn
Chi
it.
Wong Fu when they decorate the room.
Yep.
Yes.
All
So
right.
yeah, slowly but surely, I'll be making sure that I've got the appropriate everything.
Yeah, you're
in the
like
right
this,
place.
No, not
You should
matching today. And
Probably, yeah, not look super like yourself.
Oh, don't you worry, darling. I got a plan.
Okay.
I'm
Never
using fall
worry.
colors today.
They'll never see it coming.
All right, you guys take your next 30 minutes or so to kind of get ready. You two, where are you guys going?
I'm gonna go to Shelia's room to see if Dorian's
Okay,
still there.
so it's literally just down the very same hall that you were just at.
We
yes.
should probably say that we probably left him out, with Camille back at the room, just to chill.
Sure, that's fine. That's fine. You guys knock on the door. You don't hear anything. Knock again. Nothing.
I imagine he's an early riser, so he's probably already with Shelia.
Well, he works quick.
Yes, he does.
All right, let's find Shelia then.
All right.
You guys kind of make your way back to the same central chamber that you guys walked into earlier that day. You still see a few of the delegates there, different ones, and also there's a smaller number. The evening started to kind of wind down, and you can see more of them are poring over maps and various communicate between them. You, Hyllenae, actually don't really notice any of the original ones that you saw earlier that day.
Okay. I'm gonna try to stay inconspicuous.
Sure, kind of walking around
Yeah.
the edge, if you will. And you guys have plenty of space here.
Yes.
As I said last time, it was 200 feet wide, 300 feet tall. It's a huge open space. There is a central. There's a few tables kind of sporadically thrown around, and there's a large rotating globe that is suspended by an enchantment. You guys make your way kind of around, and you're looking, Hyllenae, you don't really see Shelia right off the bat. Make a perception check.
Oh, 20. Cool.
Oh, Shelia! Jesus!
You look off to the far east, where the main opening is of here's some map. There it is. Map. You move. You're looking straight over to the balcony at the very end, and you see two figures, kind of silhouetted by the both the planet light and the moonlight, and
Pretty.
oh,
Sorry.
and then you can tell that one of the forms is a lot larger than the other. You can assume that is Dorian, and you begin to make your way over there. You kind of let Don Ash know. You guys make your way over to the thing. The cold air greets you, and now a lot more wind is kind of still picked up from the whole barren wasteland. You can't really see any details now, being that it's a lot darker. But you still.
As we approach both of them, I grab your forearm and I go, to be honest, I don't really feel like this is necessarily my place to begin with. And I know it's been some time since you, Dorian, and Shelia have been together alone for some time, so if you don't mind, I think I may just go back and retire and meditate for a bit.
Okay. If you're sure.
I'm positive.
Okay.
I think it would be good for you guys to go suss things out.
Okay. I'll let you know what's what.
Of course.
Okay.
And so I leave.
Okay. You're going directly right back
Mhm.
to. Okay, cool. Not deviating any. Okay, cool.
No.
All right.
No
Hyllenae,
dropping no beads.
You're there. You start to walk. You're now about 50 feet away from them. 40, 30, 20, and they're still. You can't really hear. Not even murmurs. Every now and then a word is spoken, or a few words are spoken, and it's very short and sporadic, and you can kind of tell that they've probably been in a deep conversation for a very long time now, and are probably just winding down their conversation, or at least just enjoying each other's company, enjoying the scenery as much as they could. They eventually, as you approach within the 20-foot range, they kind of hear your armor clink on the ground. And they kind of you can see a little bit of a startlement, and then it begins to sigh. And then Shelia call you over. Come here, my child. How are you? Did you rest well?
I did. Is everything okay?
Oh yes. I mean, for the most part, we're just discussing strategies. Dorian recounting his tales. Nothing you haven't heard of, I'm sure. That's true. But I like to hear them anyway. She kind of just points to a spot next to her.
Okay. And I move into the spot.
Okay. Is everything all right with you?
Well, I obviously am very curious as to what it is that we're going to be doing.
I've spoken with the wizards here, and they seem to be under the impression that they'll be ready by the morning.
Okay.
And as far as your mission here, and she kind of looks around, you see Dorian doing the same thing, and actually he'll look over the balcony itself to see if anyone's hanging off or anything. And they seem to be okay with their present situation.
Sorry, that was the best mental image.
And
I just said there wasn't. Just some dude just hanging on your life.
Yeah. Don't mind me. And Shelia will kind of like, in a lowered, not so much a hushed voice, not a whisper. And she says, well, we want to know for sure what's going on. They have all these stories about barbarians wreaking havoc, and the only barbarians that we know within that area come from the northern regions near the Colgan Mountains. I know a few of them there. It's been a long time since I've talked to them, but if you wouldn't mind, I'm thinking we could probably send you there first and find out what their motives are, to see if they are even the ones at fault here.
Okay.
And then afterwards, I would like to speak to you about that. That's the reason why I gave you that stone. And then I'll let you know what the best course of action is from there. I have a feeling that going to the Keep of Zetona right off the bat might not be a good idea. They are still laying siege, and you can get caught up in there and potentially end up on the wrong side of things. So I'm going by the best course of action that I see it, most safest one anyway. The barbarians are kind people, and that's why it doesn't make any sense that they would be doing this. So we'll be transporting you somewhere in the wasteland, in the fields of conflict and the northern parts of it anyway. I'm sure you understand. You know what the fields of conflict are, yes?
Yes. Is there anything that I can show them so that they know that I am an emissary of yours?
Your symbol. She looks down. Actually, she knows that you're down one of your amulets there. The oracle? I see. Well, that one should be enough, I think. I think we should be... Still caution. Have caution. Throw caution to the wind. It's going to be a very arduous journey for you. And I hope that you won't encounter much, but there will be a lot of creatures along the way, and I don't know. I hope. But report back to me. Report often.
I will. So morning then. We're leaving morning?
Yes, the morning.
Okay.
Dorian will speak up, and I will be accompanying you on this. I hope I'm not needed for my clerical needs, but should you need them, I think would prove to be a wise decision.
I agree.
Shelia had told me that things might happen, so I don't think we need to worry too much. I believe that we'll be... Well, we're in the company of one of the finest Hyllenae in the world.
Well, thank you. It's my friends that I worry about, really.
How so? They seem able?
They are able. I just worry that if the battle gets too heavy, I just hope for their safety, that's all.
Do you not trust their confidence?
I do trust their confidence.
I didn't have any doubt.
I just feel... I'll be honest, I feel a little guilty dragging them into this.
I can understand that. I too once had a lot of people under my care, especially in my time in the wars and such. And it's hard to let go of them once they perish, or you always feel responsible for them too. Even if it wasn't it wasn't your fault, or wasn't... Anyway, I don't believe anything is going to happen. We just have to be cautious is all.
Understood. Well, in the meantime, I would like to, at the very least, get some provisions for the party before we leave.
I have already arranged that. Man-at-Arms here, I spoke with him a while ago, and he mentioned that he will have a few packs for us, a few rations and canteens of water ready.
I did have a request for alcohol from one of the party members.
He looks at Shelia. I don't have any. I know I looked.
I didn't. I didn't think so, but I told him that I would check.
I mean, you can ask the man-at-arms. He might know of someone. I haven't seen a bottle. Aside from, I'm sure the delegates here might have brought their own, but I don't think there would be anything on tap.
I don't think that talking to the delegates is a good idea right now, so I...
No, indeed.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Stuffy.
Is that all, Hyllenae?
That's it, yes.
Alright, I'm gonna go wander. And he just kind of just walks towards the south. There's a large wing, and he begins to kind of just wander over there slowly, not with any kind of real purpose. And Shelia is left there with you. And well, it's been a long day for me. I'm going to retire now.
Understood.
You're free to walk around if you wish.
I think I'm just gonna stay here for a little bit.
It's nice.
It is.
I hear there's a meteor shower tonight.
Ah, crap.
I know, me too.
Alright.
Sure,
Kind
I'm
of gives you
gonna
a little bit of
die.
a mouth.
Shelia, what do you feel about what's on the horizon?
I have prayed several times during these 3 weeks that I've been here. And from what I can gather, from my feelings of all this, is that war is coming whether we want it or not. Something seems to move against everything here. There is no purpose to owning that keep. It's just a mile gate. It's the only means to keep the enemies out, really, from the kingdom of Westlund. So it doesn't make any sense why they would be doing that. And the barbarians themselves? What would barbarians need? It doesn't add up. Something darker, something I just can't put my tongue on it.
A while ago, we were helping a dwarven king, and underneath their kingdom, they dug deep enough that they encountered demonic forces. They said that they've been dormant for some time, but there's just something that I feel about that, and I don't know if that is in any way connected, but...
Demon, you say?
Yeah,
Are you certain?
that was what I was told.
She looks out to the gust of wind now blowing up a bunch of dust. A few little pebbles and the stone's gonna like hit your guys, all of your armor and the side of the fortress there. She kind of moves on a little bit further. I don't know anything about that. I'll have to research it. Thank you for bringing it up to my attention. That is disconcerting. All right, thank you.
You're welcome.
Well, anyway, good evening. Enjoy your evening here.
Thank you.
All
Get
right.
some rest.
I will. I'll see you in the morning. She begins to walk out. You hear her armor clank all the way down. She actually seems to be walking a little bit faster than what you're normally used to. And you're left there by yourself.
So I'm just gonna kind of move in away from the doorway so that people...
Well, there's no real doorway here.
Okay.
You have each archway is about maybe 80 feet wide, and there's about 5 of them. So if you were to go to scale here, it was literally just a dot.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Imagine being 1,000 feet in each direction, maybe even more actually. 3 different tiers. So you're left near that balcony, but it's just that one little area right there.
Okay. I'm just gonna go to the edge of the balcony and kind of look out, and while I'm there,
Put your arms out on the thing. It's just right at your chest level, so you can kind of rest a little bit.
and I'm gonna close my eyes and I'm going to attempt to pray.
All right. You do so, and every now and then the wind kind of picks up and hits you a little bit with some sand and whatnot. And but you kind of get used to it. You kind of like you can hear it coming, and you can just turn your head a little bit. All right, we're gonna cut to you two. What are you two doing?
We're sneaking.
Yep, we're sneaking.
So what do you do anything before we leave?
So, how many guards? Because this is important.
Oh, is there a window? Oh.
Your room actually currently doesn't have a window. There seems to be a vent above you, an odd-looking vent. It's a grate. It's meant to just ultimately be a form of just airing out the fortress there.
Like a full-on Splinter Cell.
It's stone, so it's
Snapping necks.
the entire fortress is stonework. So this ventilation shaft, if you want to call it that, is merely just an opening in the stonework.
Mhm.
It's got an iron grate on top, and purely
So
for
if we were to go into it, could we get out?
Sweet. Do you know how
You're
dirty that thing must be?
6'2". You're not fitting in that thing.
Yeah, there's no way I'm going in there.
If we went into fine, you're not gonna go in the vent?
I'm not going in the vent.
It's
You
gonna
can
like
go
get
in
to
the
his shoulders
vent.
and he's gonna be like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mugsy,
Just
push!
feet. Just feet thing like that.
And that's how you guys find me.
Yeah.
So,
His head's always up something, it seems.
oh, well played. So, guards. Have I seen a lot of guards around?
there
this
seems to be
place?
quite a few contingents of guards. Every now and then you'll see them kind of walking around and pacing around.
Okay.
They seem to have a little bit more of a militaristic structure than you've seen in other cities, and including Praetos. Where the guards were prevalent, they weren't necessarily have a set time where they did their rounds, and they were just merely policing the entire area of their jurisdiction.
Okay.
So, yeah, there are. You're gonna find probably one every like 100 feet or so.
Okay.
So,
All right. Perfect.
if
The
you
first level of Zelda,
Are any?
right?
Have I noticed any of their like? What does their armor look like?
it's actually a high brass, but also patinaed brass, shiny brass and patinaed brass armor with a little bit of the like the stainless or not stainless steel, but like the shiny steel look on the outside. So a lot of it looks very old. A lot of their armor looks ancient, in fact. A lot of it has dings and nicks and all that. A large plate over the left-hand shoulder is there, just kind of like a dished-out thing. It seems to have a griffin type of motif, but it's hard to see because it's so worn away.
Right.
So they seem to have like this is the entire fortress is thousands of years old. The armor also looks like
Thousands of years old.
All right.
And how about
Just
helmets?
saying.
Do they have helmets?
They do. They have like a sallet, or sallet, or I don't know how you pronounce it, but
Yeah.
the basically a visor with the windowed eyes, and so
And then like, is it the bottom of the jaw
Basically.
showing? Okay.
yeah,
Alright.
just basically just the sides are also armored.
Perfect.
They have the nose cover, but it's much like, I mean, I can't really do it, but
That's no.
just that.
I
just
totally
that.
gotcha. That's perfect.
So
Alright.
they're knowing that, you know that their peripheral vision isn't as great, so you see them kind of scanning every now and then. They're
Perfect.
looking up. So
Okay. Well, I feel like Trixie, since you're a little, less auspicious than I am, if you would like to go give a listen, do we remember the room that the bureaucrats were all speaking in?
there was a main central chamber. So
Okay.
the large chamber in the center of the entire fortress is kind of like a common area, really. That's where they were all congregating. A few of them were in chairs. Most of them were standing up and yelling at each other, pointing in the central area there. But as far as their rooms go, you're not too sure.
But I did ask.
You did ask, and at some point, I think you somehow discerned that they were near the northern side of
The
things.
northern
So,
side,
if anything, you're currently in the lower level. This is the lower level here. You have the second tier and the top tier. The top tier doesn't seem to have anything aside from a larger building there. You're on the bottom. And
We want to get to the top.
in here. You're here in the bottom level. You think that they are up here?
Cool.
On the northern level, or the northern area.
All right. Well, Jinxie, wow.
What's wrong with you?
This stuff is really good.
Cheers!
It's like a combination of Jingles, Trixie, and Muggsy.
Oh my god, you just
Oh,
shopped
goodness.
yourselves. Or shipped yourselves. You guys just shipped yourselves.
Shocked yourself.
Shopped, shipped. All the S's.
Boy.
Oh boy.
Drink responsibly.
To Jinxie.
Jinxie! So I'm going to look at Muggsy, and as per the normal morning ritual, the last
Break
thing
his
I
arm
do
off.
is
Sorry.
catapult, second level.
Yes, catapult's arm away.
Oh, sorry. He's showing a little cleavage. So I'm going to boop him on the nose in mage armor, and I'll give him the mage armor, and
All right.
I'll tell him, okay, buddy, now you just wait here in the room, and we're gonna come right back for you, and we're gonna go looking around. And I sit him down on the bed,
Okay.
and
I'm gonna follow suit, and I'm gonna take my new feline friend
Okay.
and say, all right, you're gonna come with us, and you're gonna help us. Set him on my shoulder.
Trixie, it's a cat. It's barely a cat. What are you doing with it?
No one's gonna notice it. We might be able to use him.
How do you not notice it?
I don't know what you mean.
It's like a naked mole rat
It's a naked mole rat, essentially, with large ears.
with huge ears.
So we can send her in places to scout or something.
Oh yeah, because you've got her that well trained.
Fine. I'll leave her here.
All right. Now you're gonna go and you're gonna try and be sneaky, right?
Try. I will be sneaky.
Okay, fair enough. I am gonna see if I can hide in plain sight.
Okay, and we're gonna try, I assume, to go to find his rooms?
I was assuming that he was going to be speaking, but
Yeah.
if we
well,
can
we
find
don't
his
wanna
room,
go
I
where
certainly.
he is.
Well, don't worry about me. If you can
I
find out where
always
he's,
worry about you.
if you can find out where he's staying, then listen to him there. Otherwise, I'm going to search the conference room and see if I can.
How?
Don't worry
I
about it.
can't see you.
I know, and he won't.
Jingles. Show me.
He's
How
gonna
are you
say,
going
You take
Yeah.
4 points of damage.
Ow! That's like a quarter
You're
of my health.
bleeding.
no restraint. Absolutely no restraint. You're a fucking
Damn it,
animal.
Trixie! Okay, all right. I'm gonna.
I rolled a d4 and it gave me a 4.
That's a.
And you murdered Jingles via bite on the finger. Much
God
like the way Sleeping
almighty.
Beauty went with the prick of the spinning wheel. He just
I'm almost sorry.
That's legit almost a fifth of my health. So, okay, alright, I'm gonna. Fine, you do it your way. I'm gonna do it my way.
I thought, okay.
No, and I'm gonna
Fine,
walk out.
fine.
All right. You just sashay
Yeah,
right
now,
out.
sashay
now
out.
at this
Sashay
point,
away.
I feel like they had their entire conversation while we were walking, and by the time that I made my way back to the rooms, is this a moment where we cross paths?
Let's see. No. No.
Okay. All right, fair enough.
No, they took 30 minutes, and they told me they were going to take 30 minutes. So by the time you actually walk over there to see Shelia and Dorian, it probably wouldn't have been maybe even like, I don't know,
Okay.
7 or so minutes, 7 minutes back, because you left almost
Sure.
immediately. So you arrive to your room, and you see Amelia there, kind of like sharpening a little bit of her arrows, and just kind of like doing a little bit of fletching.
And I help her with that.
Okay, cool. Make a check just for yucks.
Don't yuck my yum. Oh shit. What is
Apparently, a lot of yucks.
Maybe you
D20.
shouldn't help her.
Dexter.
You just messed up all of
No,
our
12.
arrows.
All of her arrows are like this long.
12. All right. You help. You can help her make 1 arrow. That's
Yay.
what I tell you.
I'm just like, I'm not as skilled as her. I'm just like,
No. And she's already kind of like.
I try to make it into a flute. Instead. I'm like, oh fuck, that's not what I'm
It's a
doing.
whistling arrow.
Yeah.
It's one of those Nerf arrows. You know, little Nerf arrows.
As it goes.
A whistler.
That's why we
Balls,
need
yep.
something that makes us louder.
Fantastic.
You never know. You might
Actually, yeah. Can I make it? Can I make an
A
arrow that
signal arrow.
sounds like
Yeah.
that
Call
sounds
it,
like
call it the vortex.
Why?
Welcome to the 90s, guys.
Oh, the
It's
fucking
Nerf
nerf.
or nothing.
Oh.
All right. Yeah, you can create a little bit of a. You let her know.
am.
though.
I'm gonna make it sound like the way you did when Cantrip Candle subscribed. That's what it sounds like when it shoots. So Amalthea has that
not?
one arrow.
Why the hell not?
Continue with your
sneaky.
sneakery.
Lovely.
I shouldn't
Continue
be
with your
giving this.
fuckery, Jingles. I will retire
We
now.
don't have the scrolls or anything. We don't have a way of communicating.
You don't have one of them. Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have one.
You have a make it
Yeah,
awaken
but
mind.
you can tell Hyllenae anything you want.
Well, you pissed me off. We're fine. You bit me.
You can read his mind, right? Or like go inside his mind.
I can talk to him, but
She
only
can't-
within 30
yeah.
feet.
Yeah, and she
That's
can't
a pretty
read
good
it. She can just project her voice or somebody else. I guess project your own voice into my head.
It's not even awaken mind. It's just ventriloquism.
It's just
it's like she's not inside your head. She's just not moving her mouth. She's always drinking water. All right.
So,
Okay,
Yep.
then I try and find some rooms.
Okay. Make an investigation check.
Really could have used a natural 20.
wow.
All right. Well done. All right. What are you doing?
find rooms.
So I know.
I'm gonna go
find
to
all
like
your
the
rooms.
conference room, I guess war
Every
room.
The main. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's the main.
yeah, war room. I'm gonna
So-
Just like
sit
a
there. I'm not
tesseract
gonna go
and
in. I'm gonna get
into
close
that.
and kind of scope it out from a
Okay.
little ways away.
So as you exit the hallway, the large hallway that on your wing, and you walk through there, and you can see that there are people. They're still talking and whatnot, and it's the voices are a lot calmer now. It seems like most of the boisterous type of arguing was happening in the morning. Now it's kind of just
Everybody's tired.
yeah, and they're more
Just fucking do it.
as Hyllenae and Donesh saw earlier, they're more peering over like just notes and various communique and maps and just kind of like charting courses, trying to see what is going on, like who's could possibly be laying siege to the Keep of Zetona, and so they're talking, but like murmurs, just murmurs.
Do I see Davian?
Make a perception check.
Damien or Damien?
It's Davian.
With a V?
Yes. Otherwise,
And
it's
this
a video
perception
game
check will
character.
work for other things too.
Oh.
Ooh, way to break the
17.
17. All right.
It's Damien.
You're kind of making your way through, and you see they're currently in the room. As far as guards go, there's about 20 of them, and they're spaced every pillar. The pillars are spaced every like 80 feet though. So, and they don't. The guards are kind of like at rest. They don't really seem to be like active or anything. Every now and then you see kind of like one guy kind of like tap his spear a little bit, kind of look around, and maybe with the 17, you'll also see actually one guy kind of take out his knife and start to carve his name into one of the pillars there. Just
I
kinda-
thought you were just getting
Yeah,
credit
you
to
just
his
fucking
arm.
Damn, these dudes are
These guys are
Yeah, Jason's
hardcore.
the Blink 182. And like Avenged Sevenfold or whatever it's
Yeah.
called.
And maybe a little bit of,
Monica by her side.
yeah, yes.
Continue.
So you don't see a Davian Thorne.
Okay, but I see the guards. All right.
You see the guards and you see various other delegates currently. What you don't see is Trixie, who has now made her way, hugging the west side of the entire area, moving between column and column. He's now made it over to the northern part, the northern wing there. And so Trixie, you're there. There are columns every now and then, and also potted large vases, much like they match the stonework, and they're very large as well. They're probably a good 6 feet tall each vase, each one having their own like palm, like a shrubby palm that goes it's up to about 10 feet or so. So they're pretty large, and you could kind of move.
That's what I'm planning
All right.
on.
You
I
keep
said I
doing that.
like you.
So you eventually find your way there. Are you going about this whole stealthily?
Yes, yeah.
All right, go ahead and roll a stealth check. As you
What he
get
means
nearer.
is, are you humming a theme song?
19.
Dun,
In
dun,
my head,
dun,
I'm always
dun,
thinking
dun,
theme
dun,
song.
But it's like
But since I
completely
got a 19,
juxtaposed.
it's not a
She's,
Oh,
using,
yeah.
she's using her awakened mind to talk to herself to hum
Yeah,
it.
yeah. You're doing so good. You're so fucking sneaky. God, Jingles was here. He
You
fucking.
can't do this.
You're so jealous.
All right, so 18?
19.
19 total. Oh, great. Yeah, without any kind of, I mean, not even the guards are noticing you right now, and you're starting to notice that they have a little bit of a pattern, as they kind of scan the entire area, and then they just go back to doing what they're normally doing. And then maybe a little bit later they'll just like, all right, time to go back into scan mode, much like.
All I can think of is this Zelda now. I'm
Me too.
familiar with this. I can do this.
I know all back. That's all.
Yes. They have a very small pathing Anyway, you do make it over to the northern area, and you're kind of within the hallway now.
Mhm.
You're hiding behind. You're hiding behind
A cannon.
a pillar, and make an investigation check now. Now that you're here in the northern
I don't
wing.
get any advantage from my 20 before. It's a really good roll. And I knew where the rooms were.
Okay, I'll tell you what. You don't even have to roll it. I'll carry it over.
Okay.
So
You're dead.
Bargaining.
take 20 points off you now.
Yeah.
You're walking through, and you're kind of you're watching the guards' movement. You're making sure, and every now and then you just kind of walk towards the door. You put your ear up. Nothing. You look again. Look for the guards. The guards are distracted. You head over to the other one. Nothing. The third one.
And I can also feel if there are any mines within 30 feet. So I can use that to my advantage as
Oh,
well.
okay, great. As you head over to the third door,
It's not
Just so you
creepy.
know.
as you head over to the third door, you do feel someone in there, and they're currently talking, but at it's a low murmur as well. But they seem to be kind of just talking to themselves. You can only feel the one mind. Can you tell how many minds there are, or is it just
I think, yeah, I can
Okay.
just sense that there are mines since I can project.
okay? Within 30 feet, you know that there's one guy in there, and he seems to be just kind of like just talking about random stuff, And like,
God, you look good today. This is a good look on you.
it's actually Jingles inside the room.
Damn it.
Yeah.
Fall colors are there. Lenders to you.
Really brings out your eyes.
Yeah.
But there is another ambassador or someone there who's just kind of like
Okay.
winding down for
But
the
it
day.
doesn't sound familiar.
No, nothing that you can particularly check. The fourth door, you head over, and you actually hear something.
Meow.
You think that it's Baron Davian Thorne's room, as you hear him speak up. You hear me? Gone. And I wanted to make it look like it was an accident. Poison, then? Not subtle enough. Maybe strangle him? You said subtle. Perhaps if Melloc fell down a large flight of stairs on his routine evening walk? I like it. But make sure he is dead. Consider it done, Baron Thorne. And you hear footsteps.
Ooh, are they
Getting
towards
louder
me? Yeah,
to you.
I was.
Make your stealth check.
Or brandish a blade.
12.
12.
You know what? Yeah. Am I able to? Is there anything close by?
There is a potted plant, like I mentioned before.
Is there anyone
Jingles.
It's
nearby?
not me.
Is there anyone nearby me?
There is a guard within 40 feet of you.
Is he facing my direction?
No.
He's
Okay,
looking right
then
at you.
I am going to cast my new spell, Invisibility.
Make a sleight of hand check, as you still have to.
Yeah, I have to, but I'm hoping that by the time he turns around, it'll take enough time
Okay.
that
Oh,
I've
yep.
disappeared. 17 plus. Oh, it's really
Yeah,
close.
you're good.
Okay.
26.
You're actually
Christ.
you're kind of timing.
God.
You're timing your words to the spell. I believe it has a.
Yeah, it has a
yeah.
vocational.
So you're timing it to the footsteps. You hear the door open.
That's so cool.
So sorry,
It's very
dude.
well done.
Oh, don't apologize. That was awesome.
And then you hear the door.
You blew Don Ash's mind.
You
right up
see
there.
a figure ahead of you, completely cloaked, and he actually uncloaks it currently, and you see a large scar on his right-hand side, long ears, Elven,
Alvin.
Douchebag.
Wow,
dark.
racist.
very, very, very dark colored skin.
Like drow?
Another
Potentially.
one.
Like Latino.
But this one.
Except his hair is actually a stark raven black as well.
Okay.
So, he's kind of looking down the hallway there. He sees the guard. The guard's kind of like doing his little things. He gives a nod to him, and he takes off his cloak, his cowl anyway, and you see the cloak change to a blue. It changes colors essentially,
I want it.
and
I take it.
he kind of like stops for a little bit, and he just continues forward.
It's that scene from Harry Potter with the invisibility cloak. He goes. You just back up.
The camera's like, oh, I hope I don't. All right. So you know that was going on in their head.
While I am still invisible, I'm gonna hang out just to hear if I hear Davian say anything else.
Okay.
For just a little bit.
You hear nothing for a while, and then you hear a bottle open up. You hear two, or it sounds like a glass anyway, on the table.
Hey, there's the alcohol.
And
Side
well,
quest, side quest, side quest.
He puts it, you hear it, and close the little cabinet. Another drawer opens up. Papers begin to rustle. He gets to open another drawer. Grab something else. Puts it
Lotion.
on the table.
Sorry.
I'm gonna wait on the off chance. Yeah, because his door is shut. I assume. Yeah, I don't want to get trapped in there. I'm gonna wait to see if he leaves. So I'll wait like half an hour and then I will head back.
In a good half hour, you heard him scribble something down, kind of curse off into the ether, really, just at nothing in particular.
Sounds like it.
yep.
Put everything back. Shrunk. Open the cabinet once more. Grab another pour.
Guess better get your liquor quick.
This is within the course of 30 minutes, mind you.
Yeah, he's miming this crazily.
And then you hear him drink and just put the glass on the table, slamming it. All right then. And then you hear just disrobement of just various of the robes that he's got currently on, his cloak and whatnot.
No.
All right. If he doesn't leave, I'm not going to test it. I will go back in the way that I saw the figure go.
Okay, you watched him as soon as because you were kind of there for a while, right?
Yeah.
As
Oh, yeah.
To the door.
Pressed up
Right.
against the door.
And you saw him as soon as he made his way south. He turned left towards the east, made his way hugging the wall towards the outside. So towards where the opening is, the large archways.
Perfect. I'll head over there and see if he made his way that way.
Make another stealth check as you now.
Okay. Do I get advantage from being invisible?
Oh yeah. And actually,
I don't know how that works.
You're invisible, but you can still make
Yeah,
noise.
right. That is 25.
25. Okay. You know how to move carefully, and you think that the guards are not paying attention to you. They're still kind of just winding down also for the rest of the day. You actually see a new shift kind of like walk up. You almost run into one as he's kind of heading out to his position, relieving the other guy, telling him to head off, and the other guy will just eventually go back to his barracks. You still make your way further out, and the cold air begins to greet you even further. Now there aren't any torches or braziers lit inside or outside. A few small torch lights are hung up on the walls, but where you're at, the large open air, it begins to kind of chill, and you start to hear
Is it getting dark yet?
It is getting dark. It actually it is
It's
currently
dark, okay.
just below, just past dusk. So the sun has set,
Okay.
and you see a little bit of a cloud cover all over the entire sky. There's a little bit of gloom, if you will. You're looking up, and you see every now and then from a mirror.
I make a wish on everyone.
Okay.
Death to my enemies.
I wish I had more
Death
money.
to my enemies.
I wish I had more
And
treasure.
you make another investigation check as you're now outside in this area, this open area.
10.
10. You look around. You don't really see anything aside from. Now, which direction would you want to go? You kind of lost sight of him after.
Did I reach the central room? And
You're
he's not
past.
in
No, he's not part of the central room there. He seems to have gone like all the way out. And judging by what you've heard, he seems to be looking after someone on their evening walk.
Did I hear who the name of
You
who
did,
we were looking
and-
for?
and-
I'm sorry, it was a lot to.
Huh?
Was it Malone?
Melloc.
Malak.
Oh.
No, it isn't.
Okay.
He's not afraid.
Okay.
Yeah, right.
Well, given that I have no idea where Melloc is, I would like to actually stop once I get to the great room. And do I see Jingles?
With a 10, no.
Okay.
He's hugging the other wall there, and you're noticing.
Literally.
I was gonna,
He's just
okay.
like
It's also, I don't know if he's jingles or not right now.
So, how
It's
long
been
did
a
it take
little
her?
while.
Yeah, how
It's
long
been a
did
while.
take
It
her?
has been a
Okay.
while. Yeah, I would say
Like
probably
an
around.
hour almost to get there, do the half-hour
Yeah.
wait.
All right.
Stealth missions are quite lengthy.
Yeah,
process.
they're a little lengthy. Okay.
So you would have been there for an hour, kind of like scoping out the entire area.
So
what do you do?
I would have, I probably would have, not knowing exactly whether or not she was successful, look for an area where I can kind of duck behind either a pillar or an archway or a doorway, someplace where I can just momentarily step out of sight.
Yeah, absolutely. Go ahead and
Alright.
make a stealth check, though.
Not bad. 18.
Okay. You think you are pretty well hidden from the people in the delegates in the center are again, they're focused on their work. They're not really looking up at anything.
Perfect.
For the most part, they feel safe and comfortable in this entire fortress because it is so well guarded and there's only one way in, perfect, and one way out.
All right. I would like to try and remember a couple of the guards on our end, like on our end of the
The south wing.
the south wing. I'd like to conjure up in my mind an image of like two or three of those guards' faces.
Okay.
And I would like to cast Alter Self.
Okay. As part of the spell, I know that you've already cast it before.
I have cast it. I successfully cast it the night before.
You did. I want you to so still do your normal check. I think it's just a
It's still the D10.
D10,
yeah.
yeah, correct.
Still the
So
D10.
still do those.
Oh, thank God.
It's a 9.
9. All right.
Okay. All right.
I'm successfully a Steven.
Stephen the guard.
Yeah.
You take on the persona of him, and you again. Now, is it just your face?
It is everything.
Everything.
So
Full on
I've got
armor
the
and
armor,
everything.
I've got the griffin regalia, I've got the dings. And
Yep. All right. Yeah, the little central piece there. Okay.
Mhm.
You you're not making any noise, however.
No.
But for the most part, they're kind of they walk slow. They're not really fast with their movements. Everything seems a little bit calm.
Mhm.
You are now Stephen the guard.
All right.
Sweet.
Stephen the guard would like to walk into the main room as if he is looking for someone.
Okay. You notice actually in the very, very center there's actually 2 more guards there, and they're just kind of like just making sure things doesn't get out of hand, in case they have to call some backup and whatnot. And they see you approach, and they just kind of like give you a little nod, and they
Like
see
that.
that you're approaching still further, and they give you a little bit of a.
You curtsy.
Do
Hello.
do I remember how Hyllenae referred to Shelia? Was she Lady Shelia? Was
She
she?
didn't call her anything actually.
Nope, I just referred to her as Shelia.
Okay, all right. We are searching for an individual by the name of Davian Thorne, Baron Davian Thorne.
Yeah.
Shelia is looking for him. It's a matter of great importance.
Oh yeah. Sorry, Steve. Just let me be a while here.
Quite okay, Rick.
Roll it. Roll it.
Damn it.
Roll. Yeah, D20. D20.
Can you?
It's a
Can you?
5, damn it.
My name is Rickinson.
All right. And he talks over to you. He says, "Pardon me, I don't mean to interrupt. Have you looked for the Davian Thorne? He was here. Okay. He retired. Thank you. Thank you. It appears that Davian Thorne has retired.
Is he staying the North Wing?
Yes, he is.
All right.
Do you know where? I assume.
I believe yes. Thank you, though. Do you happen to know which room?
I do not know.
All right.
Pardon me. Thank you. No. All right. No. We don't really know. The entire North Wing is devoted to the delegates, though. That would be your best bet. I'm sorry.
Yes,
can't
I will
give it-
find him. Thank you.
Oh.
Thank you again for your help.
Indeed.
I'll give him a nice stern nod, and I'll
He'll also do the same thing. You kind of like
yeah
put his spear.
start.
against- You notice that these 2 are actually more alert than the rest of the guards. They're
I kind of
of
figured. Yeah, they're the ones checking
double
out the
duty,
whole
yeah.
area. So I'll make my way to the North Wing then.
Okay, you do so, and are you obviously you're not trying to stealth here. You're just trying to like.
Nope, just
alright,
just
walking down.
playing it cool.
Okay. There are other guards that are kind of
Screaming.
There are other guards that are kind of walking along the same kind of. You've been here for over an hour now, and you can see how every one of the guards that are moving around kind of have their path, and you're mimicking their pathway, and you kind of like almost essentially take the spot of one of them as far as their like path, and you eventually nod towards the other guard moving the other direction towards the south. You're now in the hallway, and you see several doors all along. It's
All
about
right.
a 20-foot hallway, and there are doors maybe every about 20 feet or so
Okay.
along the path.
And is there a guard patrolling like back and forth down this hallway?
Yes.
All right.
So there are guards on standby, and there's a few that are just kind of moving around and whatnot.
Perfect. All right. I would like to approach one of the first guards.
That's moving or stationary?
Stationary.
Okay.
Because I'm assuming they're stationed outside of a room.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they're nearby the pillars, so they're not necessarily specific guards to the delegates. They may have their own bodyguard, but
Okay.
they are purely there just to keep the peace, if you will.
Okay.
Make sure things are okay. So right now they're currently there's one, I would say about 20 feet away from you, on a column.
Okay. All right. I'd like to approach him.
Mm-hmm.
Good day. Have you seen Baron Davian Thorne?
I believe he is currently asleep now in his chambers. He kind of he points over with his hand just kind of like this, and just over the.
He's
did you-
asleep.
Yes.
All right. There seemed to be a matter of importance in the Great Hall, but I wouldn't wish to wake him.
Oh well, if it's of great importance, then I mean,
I'm certain it won't be an issue.
all right.
But thank you for your assistance. I'll return. How long do you think he'll be down for? Do you think he'll be down for
The
second
full-
dinner? First
No.
dinner?
I believe he already had his dinner.
Damn it. Morning then.
Most likely. Give
Excellent.
him a full 8 hours.
Excellent. 8 hours.
He just retired.
I see. Thank you for your help.
No problem.
And I will head on down and just kind of mark the room
Mhm.
and make sure that I know which one, and I'll kind of look over to the guard and just kind of gesture.
This one.
Yes.
Excellent.
He gives you a bow.
And I will make my way back to our room then.
Okay. Make your way back to your room. So Trixie.
And have I seen Trixie at all this?
No. No, not with that 27.
Yeah.
No. And plus she's invisible.
Plus
so.
I was
she's
gonna say, I'm
invisible,
hoping
yeah.
that my
She never
ear is
existed.
pressed up
Yeah,
and
she-
against the door invisible while he's doing all of this.
Yeah, exactly.
Doesn't ever
You
see me.
yeah, I mean, it would kind of coincide with the same time, so you would have not even known that
And I
she.
was gonna say, I wouldn't have known it was him.
You would have known she was there, and you would have known he was there.
Yeah. When
Oh,
I'm
no,
standing by
sorry.
the room, I'll kind of
That's so good.
like turn and bump her with my hip.
Oh, sorry.
No one's there. Yeah. Okay, Trixie, you're near the edge there. You do see Hyllenae over in the balcony. She's just staring off into the sky there.
No, that's nice. How much time do I have left? Did it take me to get there? Probably like 15
Oh
minutes.
no. From when you first stealthed up to where you are currently, I would say maybe 5 minutes.
Oh, okay. All right, then
Because
I'm
you
gonna...
can travel pretty fast
Yeah.
now that you're invisible. So.
Okay, I'm gonna wander around and see what else I can
Okay.
find.
Where do you want to wander? You
I
have.
will go. Yeah, and I went the map. Okay, so
The other 95% of this place I
this
haven't
is
seen
where Davian was, right? This is
under
where our
yeah,
rooms are.
yes, in
Okay,
the
this
first
is
floor.
I want to go
So there's a.
this way,
All right, that's where Hyllenae is. That's where
and I
Hyllenae
want to go this way.
Okay, you head over there. All right, and make another perception check.
Perception. Okay. Natural 20.
Damn,
Okay.
woman.
This time you're looking around.
More rooms.
You're looking around, and you look up over to the. I guess it would be the. Where is this? The southwest, and you look over your shoulder there, and you see a dark shadow climb the sheer wall there, right above the stairs.
Such admiration.
Kind of like head over the railing there, and then kind of just duck down. You can almost still see the shape, but it's also behind a base there.
How far away from me is it?
It's I would say maybe about 200 feet. Maybe,
I'm invisible. I want to go over there.
Okay, you do so. Make another stealth check.
She said that loud.
I want to go over there.
Yeah.
17.
Okay.
Invisible.
You eventually make your way over, and now you're right around. So he is currently right here. You've made your way that way. You're making your way up there, and you can still see him. There are various large potted plants, just the same as you saw down on the lower levels. Now you're currently walking up the stairs to the second tier, and you can see just barely as your head is kind of picking up over the second area. There seems to be a lot more shops. They seem. It's not like there's a whole lot of activity, especially near the nighttime there, but there's still people open. There are blacksmiths, there are weaponsmiths, there are enchanters. It seems to be more the not so frivolous type of shops that would help a city self-sustain, essentially. If they needed a blacksmith, if they needed an enchanter, if they needed that kind of thing. You don't see anything like a butcher. You don't see anything like a flower merchant or whatnot.
The usual. Butcher, flower merchant.
In times of war, everyone needs flowers.
You're not wrong.
Yeah. You're making your way there, and you're hugging the wall, even though you are still invisible. And you at this close range now, you can just barely see his cloak kind of hang over the side. He's kind of like completely. You're far away though.
Yeah.
You're still far away.
Okay, so
He's
I'm-
about 50 feet above you as you kind of like moved
Where does that go to?
the second tier. So
okay.
you're currently making your way up to
Okay.
the staircases, over to the second tier. That's where he's at. He's hiding near the balcony.
Okay. Can I go up the staircase to get to
yep.
the second tier? Okay.
This time, since you're closer now, make another stealth check.
Okay. And I didn't ask this last time. Do I do this with advantage, or are you just going to take into the fact that I'm invisible?
I'm taking into the fact that
Okay.
you have stealth. Yeah.
Okay. 22.
22. All right. You're
really invisible.
You make your way up. Now you're on the second tier. You can see all the shops currently. There are guards. And you notice that seems to be a cluster of guards near the top there, over about maybe 300 feet to the south.
Okay.
They seem to be like helping someone, kind of like with something that's too far away to really gain all the details. But you notice that there's a little bit of guards that are kind of like devoid. The current area you're at is devoid of guards.
Ooh.
So take that into a note.
Consideration, yeah.
Yeah. Make an investigation check now that you're up here.
19.
19. As you make your way closer and closer over to where you still see him, you can see there's a dagger ready. He's kind of applying a poison onto it.
Okay, is this is not the same hooded figure that I saw coming out of Davian's. It is the same hooded. Oh.
And with that high of a roll, you also see a dignitary of some kind, a very flowery type of robe, blues and golds and purples, much like a little bit like kind of like Jingles, except for he's got a little more red in his. He's kind of walking down. He's making his way towards the staircase. In fact,
Do I recognize the dignitary?
you do not.
I want to get my hush dagger out.
Okay. All right.
How close am I to this?
You are, I would say maybe you're 50 feet away from the dignitary, and maybe 40 feet away from the figure.
The figure.
He's
okay.
currently behind again the base, and he seems to be completely obscured from the figure walking towards essentially you now, not knowing that you're there. You just made your way up towards this section, so you're currently right here as he is right there, and there he's making his way down this way.
Okay. And it looks like he's going to
Safe bet.
Yeah.
They're gonna have a tea party. With this poison knife.
Okay, you know what? I'm gonna take a normal dagger
Okay.
and I'm going to throw it and I want to hit him, but close to like his shoulder to try and render his arm not super handy.
Okay.
Isn't he
That's a
climbing
long,
right now?
yeah, and it's a long distance too.
Oh,
so.
That's true. That is long distance. I'll wait till I get a little closer if
Okay.
I can.
You're gonna make another stealth check.
Stealth check, that's fine. 25.
And how long does invisibility?
1 hour.
1 hour. So you're starting to push like right around the I would say like almost like the 50-minute mark now that
Okay.
you've been here.
You're becoming Marty McFly towards the end of. Back to the Future.
Except in reverse.
Yeah.
Oh.
You can see through your hand right now.
Okay. So what was your
Oh wait,
Stealth?
25 was
25 stealth? Okay, great.
Yeah, this is gonna be a yeah.
If only Jingles were here and hadn't ditched me.
Ditched me. He bit me.
So you
I
watch
still have that.
as the dignitary head over. He's about now, I think I said 50 feet initially, 40 feet.
And
30
I
feet.
crept up closer.
Okay, so you did so, and you hear him go. He's actually startled at something. He's looking, not really in your direction, but he
He was
thinks
looking
something.
around.
Yeah. So he begins to kind of like his cloak even further, and you can see him just looking at something, and then also looking at the dignitary,
Approaching
kind of like
dignitary.
making sure, and then he starts to dash out.
I'm gonna follow him for a little ways,
Okay.
but once I'm getting too close, like I'll follow him for 5 more minutes, and then
Okay.
I'm gonna.
You see him get down and like he almost skids, if you will, and he's now crouched to the ground. He is now currently behind the dignitary, following him. The dignitary did not notice him at all, and he's starting to make his way towards the stairs, and he's about maybe 10 feet away from him. He's still looking around, though. You can still see the hooded figure.
But he's in front of me. So you know what? Is there anywhere? Where are the stairs in relation to us for me to get down?
You're about 10. He's the Melloc is about 10 feet away from the stairs. Oh, sorry, 20 feet away from the stairs, and the Drow is about 10 feet away from him. You are almost like a weird triangular shape there.
Okay, so
Now?
the stairs. Is there anyone
There.
blocking? Oh, they're
Yeah.
on the other
So
side.
you're right here. The assassin and the
Okay.
dignitary.
Sorry for all the
So,
triangulation. Okay, I'm
literally.
going to wait and see if once they pass the stairs, I'm going to throw my dagger and run down the stairs.
Run down the stairs. Okay. You watch as so you're waiting for
If they
who
pass
to
them.
who
Malak.
you're waiting for.
Or no, I'm sorry, the drow.
I was gonna
so
say you're gonna
confused.
do his job for him.
Yeah.
The drow.
You're like, this
Okay.
you assassinate. Duh.
So as soon as the dignitary heads towards the stairs, you see him run up and strike him in the back of the neck. You watch as the dignitary goes. He's now at the stairs. The assassin is currently
Is there
at the
anyone
stairs.
else close by? No guards nearby, you
No one.
said?
Yeah.
This isn't my fight. I'm just gonna watch.
Okay.
I mean, fair enough.
So
I know he doesn't look like someone I can take.
It's not like you have a choice at this point. He's
Yeah.
falling down the stairs.
you watch him go, and no noise at the very end when he falls all the way completely down the entire flight of stairs, and there's a lot of them.
A lot of stairs.
A lot of stairs.
All right, Trixie is. She's freaked out. She's gonna run back to the rooms.
Okay. You realize that you are, the assassin is currently in your path, heading straight down. You make a perception check right now.
I just imagine
Is there
that you're-
another way I can go?
That's what you're looking for.
Oh.
She's making all these decisions as he's like,
Yeah, just like
That's
maybe I
exactly
should.
it.
No, I
but
don't
for
know.
like
no,
5
no,
minutes.
no.
Yeah.
You look. The level is long, and you so far you can tell that it kind of mirrors itself about an axis. So you don't really see another way, but you can just assume.
Think there might be one. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna.
Right, you start to book it down
Yeah.
there. You immediately start to hear the guards kind of whipped up, and because you start running down, either running at the dignitary that fell down from that level, or the second level. They're running down the stairs, and you notice that the commotion up on top is kind of dispersed, and they're making their way. Yeah.
Okay.
And Hyllenae, you actually notice this, so you can hear it. You can hear.
I'm gonna walk toward it.
And you begin to see a lot of the guards who begin to get off their posts and start to run. You begin to run as well.
I'm not gonna run because I don't want to draw attention to myself.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna follow, but like kind of keep toward the wall.
Okay, you do so.
All the while
They,
he's
they
still
notice
falling.
you.
Yeah,
It's not like you're not noticeable or anything.
Yeah.
And you guys eventually all
Just
make
like
it down
10
there.
feet tall.
You see a pool of blood and a dignitary there in robes and also bloodied robes. His head seems to be like caved in a little. A large gash, obviously. No movement.
And 1,000 stairs.
I'm gonna leave and go find Shelia.
Okay. You do you say anything? Do you do anything?
No.
All right. The guards are all there.
Wait, but really quickly, would I have recognized the robes as being like someone important? Like,
You just recognize
well,
the dude?
did I recognize him from earlier
as
that
soon
day?
as you begin to kind of like and leave, you go no, and you grab no. You are witness. You have to stay here. You have to, did you see anything? Did you do this?
No, I didn't do it. Why would I do this?
I don't
I'm
know.
a paladin.
I don't know. This is oh god. Oh. Sound the alarm! Someone has fallen. It's Melok.
Can you
Melok
please
has
summon
fallen.
Shelia, my master?
I can. Stay here. And he begins to run off. You can assume just over towards the area. There, you make another stealth check as you're trying to move now. Your
Just 20.
invisibility is beginning to kind of wane at this moment, and you start to kind of feel the effects, much like a crash off an energy drink. You're like, oh, it's coming. So you begin to kind of move now within the shadows. Yeah. You're moving just fine though, and you do notice eventually you do see another set of stairs there that do make their way down. The entire area seems to be now completely devoid, as all the guards have joined the efforts down below.
I will take advantage of that.
Yep, you do so. You go in, like you can actually kind of like do a little bit of a light jog as you head down the stairs. You do see, you hear a little bit of clatter kind of climbing up, and you begin to just hide near the pillar and just let them go by. And wait for them to leave, and you head back down. Eventually, about it was a good 15 minutes of just chaos, utter chaos in that certain area. You begin to just hear a bunch of all the guards essentially just going crazy. They're not really sure what's going on. They know that he wouldn't have fallen on his own.
Can I walk up to him and to the body and just kind of inspect him?
You can get
Fucking healing.
you get within about 10 feet of him,
Hold on.
and they stop you with their spears. And they go, "Sorry, you cannot cross."
Please, can I at least see if he's still alive? I can help him.
They look down and you see that his head is caved in. I doubt he's living.
I can't raise the dead yet, so. Fine. And I
Right.
step back.
All right. So again, they don't let you leave, but Shelia eventually comes up over to you. You can see she's kind of like in her nightgown, and it's not sheer, but it does tend to just hug her form somewhat.
Oh,
And
my.
it's very light blue and also white, much like your cloaks and.
Is Dorian following her?
I imagine there's Helen Mirren.
Actually,
That's a good visual.
Yes.
Actually, at this point, you watch Dorian head from the top tier all the way down to where you're at.
Is he also in his nightclothes?
No, he was taking a walk himself, enjoying the night.
I suspect
naked.
things about that, so.
Is the alarm sounded?
The alarm is essentially sounded, but what you hear is a little bit of commotion. Now you're already rested, so you're up, and you kind of hear a little bit of a lot more activity than you're normally used to in this area. And
Any like there's something's happening? Like any like words I hear?
make a perception check.
I have the other scroll, right?
You do.
Am I within 120 feet of you?
You don't think so?
Okay.
Probably not, yeah.
Okay.
Out of service.
22.
22. All right. You do hear a little bit of low talk as they seem to be. You hear murder, death, stairs outside.
Oh.
Just a few words that you
Murder
pick
Death
up.
Stairs.
Yeah, fucking that's like
It's a
my
black
favorite
metal
band.
band.
Yeah.
Luigi
I'm,
Death Stare.
Yes.
Come on, Luigi Death Stare.
Oh, nice. So at that, I look at Amalthea and I give her a whistling arrow and I go, "Stay here. I'll check it out." And I just run out of the room towards this commotion, to which I see Hyllenae.
I'm like on the other end of the.
She's outside. She's not anywhere near this area, but you'd have to. At this point, you start to see a lot more of the dignitaries have actually woken up, and they're because they hear the commotion as well. And they're also peering out their doors in their nightgowns. Essentially, some of them have like the old, long, pointy style.
Scrooge hat.
Yeah, yeah. the nightcap.
That's
I mean,
Scrooge nightcap, yeah.
Even with like a candle. Yeah.
Who slumbers here? You know, like with that fucking. Okay, great.
Molly!
Yeah.
And-
So I want to make my way to wherever the dead body is, because I imagine that's where the most commotion is.
You watch people go. You do notice that there are some guards that do now wake up from their sleep, and they're now taking several posts there, and they're doing a constant watch. They actually have lanterns, hooded lanterns, opened up, and they're making their rounds. They're searching for someone. They're not sure exactly who you think, but you eventually make your way around over there. Doring is there. Hyllenae is there. Jingles, where are you? You said you went
I'm
back.
I'm back in the room. I'm sitting in the chair, stroking the hairless cat, waiting.
It's giving you.
Yeah, waiting for Trixie to come in,
Like you.
and she's not coming in.
meows?
It is
You're
in
right
fact.
like this.
Yes, I'm doing like this. I'm waiting very patiently. Like I have the chair turned around, but I keep looking
Are
over
you
my shoulder.
making a face while you do it? Because you didn't even.
Oh, the
touch
cat
it
is, though.
before.
It's the principle of the thing.
I would
It's
be
the
doing
principle of the
that.
thing. And yes, as I stroke the cat, it's like pulling up the loose
How
skin.
long does
His
your
eyes are like.
How long does your altered image?
It's already gone.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
You dropped
already
it.
gone.
When
Yeah, I
I-
dropped it as soon as I got back.
Okay, yeah, you wouldn't have walked in with the thing in
Exactly.
front of. Okay,
Yeah.
all right.
So I've dropped it, and I'm just waiting. But Trixie's taking forever. I wanted to, kind of rub in the fact that I've gotten exact location of where Davy and Thorne is staying to rub it in her face, but she's
Okay.
not showing up. So
Okay.
So at this moment, I run up to Hyllenae and I go, What happened? What?
What are you doing here?
I heard murder and stairs and death.
One of the dignitaries has been murdered, but you need to stay out of sight.
I was making sure that you're okay. You didn't come back, and I thought the worst.
You feel a set of manacles.
What are you doing?
I'm sorry, there was someone that was been seen that looked just exactly like you. Just hold on for a moment. Please, just stay here. Do not make any sudden movements. Do not make any sudden movements. You hear me? And you watch as about 8 spearmen are all pointing their.
I'm
their
gonna
spears.
stand in front of him. He is my friend, and I demand you release him.
I'm sorry, you have no authority here. Stand down.
She is Hyllenae of the Isle of Praetos.
And that means nothing in the Council of Kyleum. Shut up. Sit down. He actually grabs your manacles and you sit down. He shoves you down. You're now on the ground.
And at this point, I'm muttering how racist this is.
it's because I'm drow.
Yeah. So you guys have never seen a drow before, doesn't mean you have to manacle them. I say that.
Again, the spearmen are now noticing you, and they're just kind of like not really close to you. You can feel them, right?
All right.
They're about maybe a foot or so away. And eventually, the high commander comes out and begins to finish. You see him finish attaching his cloak on. And, all right, what is this about? What's going on here? He finally sees the body. So it is true. He looks at you. You can feel him just look at you.
Yes?
What is he doing here? What is this about? Is he the culprit? He walks over. Well, sir, we're not certain if he is the culprit. Then get him up. Get him up. If you do not know that he is the culprit or not, take him out of that.
Sir, if I may speak.
He takes off the manacles. I'm sorry how they have treated you.
No, it's completely uncalled for, but, someone who comes to the call of help gets manacled to the floor. That's
I apologize about
Interesting.
that. They are taught to do this. They have.
tried to be rude. I understand.
They saw someone with your description, and I doubt that you would return to the scene of the crime. So I'm giving you the benefit of the doubt here. Don't prove me wrong.
Don't insult my intelligence, sir. You're correct to assume that I would not return to a place where I had murdered somebody.
What information do we have? And you see a few of the guards kind of walk up, and they kind of pull him away a little bit. You can't really hear what's going on. And he begins to kind of nod his head as he strokes his long beard. And he just kind of like, all right. You, and he points over to you, Donash. He asks you, do you mind coming with me, though, for a moment?
Is this Dorian speaking?
No, this is the High Captain here.
Absolutely not. Honestly, I came to find out what was happening. I heard the alarm raised and murder and deaths, and Fine.
There is a guard next to you. He seems a little tense. He's got his spear not pointed at you, but it's ready, and he's pay no attention to them. Again, they are following orders.
I go, no worries, and I push the spear away.
you do so. He brings it back up, and he's kind of. You can see a moment of like, oh shit! Like he just actually touched my spear, kind of on his face, like bold. And he leads you away, and he actually calls you over to you two, and you two, Dorian, and Dorian heads over, and then Shelia's like, can I just? It appears that you three were, you two were outside when this happened. What do you know?
I heard someone fall down the stairs, but I was nowhere near it when it happened.
I literally just got here.
Understood. We're trying to ascertain the truth.
Fair enough.
And you, and Dorian speaks up, I was walking along the second tier. I heard a commotion, and I investigated it. A lot of the guardsmen entered the same area, and it turned out to be nothing entirely. I feel that was a diversion. Now that I'm seeing this, I don't know much beyond that. And then I heard the commotion of all the guardsmen rush to, the scene. And that is all. And he begins to kind of like deflate himself somewhat, like just in the fact that this has happened.
I speak up. I'm sorry, to be honest with you, I don't even know whose bloodied carcass that was at the end of the stairs.
That was dignitary Melloc from Malta.
Sorry for whoever's loss that matters to.
We will run a full investigation. I'm sorry that you have been manacled. Apparently someone with your description has been seen around the area, and...
When you say my description, do you mean my
a drow.
Right.
But you don't match fully his description. He's looking at your hair now. But you don't fully match his description. You have white hair. Unless you figured out a way to change the color.
No.
Alright.
All natural.
Indeed. Kind of gives... he closes in on you a little bit. He grabs your hair. Without even asking, you just kind of like...
And I walk forward to him as he does this.
Yeah, right.
Like,
so he's not like...
yeah,
pulling
but like straight into his,
okay. He doesn't flinch at all. He just looks at it for a little bit. And he puts his hand on your shoulder. Look, I'm so sorry. If there's anything we can do to repay you,
Oh yeah, if you're willing to apologize for what happened, absolutely manacling someone who just came to the call of help.
We are doing an investigation. I'm sorry that you, unfortunately, turned up.
Well, then I will not be here next time someone cries wolf.
Noted. You may turn in. We'll do a full investigation. Who are you, anyway? I noticed that you are from the Hyllenae.
I'm Shelia's apprentice.
Shelia. Oh, he looks back over to where she's currently standing, staring at you guys, just kind of waiting for...
And this is Don Ash. She's my companion.
You can vouch for this man.
Yes, I can. And he was not there. And I believe every word he says.
And I am almost sworn to listen to the Council of an Athenian warrior. So right. You may leave. Tell your master there, or
Shelia.
Shelia. She can also leave.
Okay.
You guys eventually, bring Shelia over, and you guys make your way towards the central area, far away from that. You can see a lot of guards. There are probably about maybe 50 or so guards in this one area, and they're scouring the entire place, looking up and down, looking over the balcony edge, anywhere they can spot him.
What the fuck happened?
I don't know. I was over in the main balcony, and I heard him fall down the stairs, but I don't know how he fell or what happened.
Well, I am sorry that I came, but I knew that you'd not come back, so I thought the worst, but...
Thank you for thinking to check on me. I turned to Shelia. Do you think...
This was obviously the work of an assassin.
Well, clearly.
I have been in the main circle there for 3 weeks, and I've heard a lot of arguing for sure, but it seems that Melok is not really liked, not just by one, but by a few council members.
To murder him.
Yeah, indeed.
He's murdered, and that's what is. My question for you, Shelia, is what kind of consequences killing a dignitary of Melok's stature mean?
He probably knew something. Something that he didn't, someone that didn't want him to squawk.
Does he have a lot of power in a certain area? Tremahia? Alta.
Alta. The kingdom of Alta, or the empire of Alta.
Ah.
Alta's one of the areas it's being suspected of starting this, is it not?
That's one of them.
I smell a lot of treachery with this war. If people are starting to murder dignitaries now, and could be a potential for putting blame on other countries that are not necessarily responsible.
And that seems like that would be the motive.
As is war. Alright.
Shelia,
The wind is picking up a little bit again.
what do you think? Should we leave soon? Sooner than we had thought to go? Or would that look suspicious?
I think that would, well, unfortunately we still have to wait till the morning.
Okay.
You can keep watch with me. I'm no longer in the mood to sleep. I'm just going to make a very tough tomorrow.
Well, the sooner the better for my... If I could speak plainly, the sooner the better for myself.
Absolutely. Although I do fear that if we leave too soon, it might make you look guilty.
I'll be long gone by then. It's the first time I've ran.
She has a point. You were... I mean, I know that the Hyllenae word is somewhat held to a high value, but even still, you were looked at as potentially being the criminal, and I apologize for that. I'm sorry.
No, it's not yours. It's not something for you to apologize to. What I'm curious about is, are the drow here? Are there drow delegates
No.
here visiting?
No, there are not. So if there is in fact a drow, or someone pretending to be a drow, that's... I mean, when I saw you, I thought it a little strange, to be honest. I'm not going to lie.
You were right to
If there's
assume that I am a
another
little
drow-
strange.
If there is another drow here, he would be noticeable.
Well, that's why,
So either he's been hiding or he's been transfigured.
potentially, yes. One of many, many reasons.
To be honest with you, I'm willing to stay here and hunt out this other drow.
Well, you need to leave as soon as the wizards are ready tomorrow morning. That much is clear. That's
I know my people. I know what they're capable of. You root out this problem immediately. This may not be the only death here.
It may not be, you're right. Well, I mean, the body, the messenger was killed. Well, I think he was killed. A lot of other people. In fact, Melok thought he was killed. And she starts to realize. That's it. That's it.
What's it?
Melok knew that the messenger had other important information, and he was killed. There could be Melok could have figured out the other piece of information, and because of that, it would have been too dangerous to whoever wanted him dead, and decided to do the deed tonight.
Do you know anyone who would want him dead? Any person that has
Like I said,
connection to drow?
He was not. That I do not know. But I know that there are many that don't like him.
Is there anyone here who has a stake in this war, whose country would benefit from it?
Imagine that.
High God and Westlund. And actually, technically Alta, but it wouldn't make sense that they would kill their own.
No.
Well, yeah. I wish we could say that we were leaving on better terms.
Yeah, I wish I could too.
Find this problem.
I will do my best.
And please be careful, because if you figure it out, then you are also a target.
I can handle myself. She kind of turns her head a little bit, and you can see now there's a few little smaller scars on her cheek. And Dorian kind of grabs her on the shoulders. That you can. I don't doubt she can hold her own. She can probably take on everyone here.
I
I
don't
don't
doubt
doubt
that
it either.
either.
We sit together at the same time.
But I worry all the same.
Looks down at Shelia. Thank you guys. I will need that. The wisdom of Athena will be most helpful, I assume. I'm going to do my research. I'm going to look. I'm going to investigate into this further. I'm also going to talk with the High Captain and find out what he knows eventually.
I'm sorry if I made things worse, but it's been a while since anyone's detained me for my skin color.
It's not the skin color, Donash. It's your entire race. It's the Drow people.
No, I know. I know.
I'm glad to have met you, though.
Same to you,
I
Shelia.
can see that you have a very good heart. Well, traveling with Hyllenae, that must count for something.
She keeps me in check.
I'm sure she does. Well, anyway, I'm going to do a little bit of research. She just gives you a little bit of a nod, and because again, walk with a fast pace. Dorian kind of sits up and goes, well, I'm done gazing at the stars. I don't know about you.
I'm done as well. Well, will you walk with me, Donash?
Absolutely. Probably much more safer that way.
Do you need company? Do you need my company? Or do you wish to speak alone?
I think we're good, Dorian. Thank you. I'll see you in the morning.
Very well. He just walks off slowly.
So we're gonna start off toward our rooms.
Okay.
Did I
So just we're gonna go back to you.
did I make it back to the rooms?
You eventually make another stealth check. Just one more stealth
Okay.
with a crazy.
12.
You knock over an entire
You do get noticed, but at this point, everyone seems to be out and about right now. They really don't pay attention to you, and you don't look suspicious at the moment. So you're seen essentially.
That's fine, but I'm allowed out of the rooms.
Yeah, you're allowed. Yeah, exactly. You're not like locked in there. Eventually, you do make your way back towards the door there.
Are you still petting my cat?
And you hear the cat.
I'll open it up. Are you holding my cat?
Oh, so well, Trixie, you've where's the cat? Damn it! I had this all planned out.
My cat isn't on you anymore?
Not anymore.
Okay.
Him
Like-
waking up like that startled the cat.
Wait, what does he sound like startled?
Damn it! I had this whole thing planned. Well, I hope that your outing was successful. I have discovered where Mr. Thorne sets up his camp at night.
Full house.
And I guess to save time, oh my god!
Yeah, well, I'll just relay. I'll relay everything.
Relay all of
Sure.
that info.
Yeah, in an extraordinarily
Yes.
fantastic
Detail.
way.
Yes.
Of course. Yeah.
All right.
Blood spurting everywhere.
It's
the guy fell
everywhere.
down.
Oh my god, he was an 8-foot-tall, 350-pound muscle-bound drow assassin?
Yeah. I'll at least tell you accurate description of the
Okay,
drow,
all right.
if nothing else.
You guys eventually find your way back to your room. That's where we're going to take a break.
All right.
Oh, shit.
All right.
Sure.
All right. We're actually going to give away a candle, a cantrip candle tonight.
So be very talkative.
Be very talkative in chat. We're going to give away Stone Moss Chapel.
That's my
That's a
favorite.
good
That's a good one.
That is my
That is a good
favorite.
That is my
it
favorite.
smells like
Ooh.
earth,
Ooh.
algae,
Ooh.
musk, and religion.
It's much better.
And
than
religion.
makes it sound.
Yeah.
It smells like proselytization.
Yeah.
Smells like evangelism.
Yes.
Sorry.
So guys, be active in
Oh,
chat
right.
if you are not already. Do so, and you could win that tonight.
Yeah.
Again, there are rules to it, so you have to be a member of the United States
Sorry,
and
Quebec.
Canada.
To be a member
Member,
of the United States
Quebec.
exclusive club,
Yep.
apparently.
I mean,
You have to have a
I'm
jacket.
surprised we don't have members-only jackets, to be honest. Anyway, yeah, stay active in chat, guys. We're going to be a short, quick break, about 10 minutes or so. We'll be right back.
Woo woo. All right.
There was never any question as to whether or not Hyllenae Leodon would live her life in service to Athena, for Athena's will has shaped her family's destiny since ancient times. Her father is the only child of Ariadne Gallinili, one of the most revered high priestesses in recent Athenae history. Being Ariadne's only known female descendant, it was assumed Hyllenae would follow in her footsteps and become a high priestess. But Athena, being all-knowing and wise, envisioned a different path for her. Hyllenae was summoned to the temple in her 100th year, and having no useful skills to bring to Callanduine, her childhood home, she accepted and entered the Athenae seminary. Sadly, her performance as a priestess in training was disappointing. It was not until Hyllenae met Shelia, a paladin in the Wise One's service, that she felt something stir in her, a deep feeling that this was the path she was supposed to travel. Though it was unprecedented for a Gallinili descendant, Hyllenae broke with the seminary and apprenticed under Shelia for 10 years. Now she ventures into the world to impart Athena's wisdom, and to protect civilization from those who would seek to destroy it.
Ashes fell from the sky as the shrieks traveled on the breeze. Weeping children offered their still beating hearts to the drow boy and his warrior mother as their tears sizzled on the cinders at their feet. The city fell, embers filled the night, and Donash awoke. His eyes irritated him from beneath his blindfold, but to remove it would break his vow. The vision that woke him from his trance was as bright as the fires it had shone. It was time to end his self-imposed solitude. In an effort to atone for his sins, Donash shed the Underdark and his name to be reborn beneath the bright Tremahian sun. After the murder of his mother, a blinding rage overtook his mind and he tore his hometown asunder. For a century, he had exiled himself in the Waikatura Mountains to hone his mind and spirit to never fall to such rage again. It was the vision that showed him how selfish his exile had been. No matter how much control Donash had over his own spirit, others would fail to squelch their rage and the innocent would fall prey once again. So from that day on, Donash left the mountain and began traveling from town to town, sharing meals with strangers and reveling in the joys of their stories and humor. He left his brooding self behind in that cave and chose to liven up taverns with jests and song. Adapting to his new lifestyle well, he realized the true way of how to prevent those from making the same mistake he had made long ago, and that was to keep tankards raised high and everyone's spirits raised higher.
Amalthea should have had the world at her feet. Her mother was a purebred elf, a promising young woman of wealth and favor. But her mistake was to fall in love beneath her station. A passionate night with a wandering ranger, a human, left her with child and spurned by society. She managed to keep the semblance of an ordinary life, but Amalthea quickly became the target of bullying, stares, whispers, and giggles anywhere she went. In response, she became an outcast, a thief, a creature of the night. The generations have a way of repeating themselves, and during a long night at her favorite tavern, a ranger, half-elven like herself, stole her heart at a glance. She left with him the next morning to learn the art of hunting and tracking, as well as the humbling experience of unrequited love. The night he finally became her lover, he was killed in a sudden attack by a dragon, and her life descended into darkness once again. Not knowing where to turn or what to do, rage and fire burning in her heart, she stumbled upon this motley crew.
Altricia the half-elf was born in a prominent house to a high-born human mother and a nameless elven father, a blazing emblem of a shameful affair. But as with most noble scandals, the affair was quickly and quietly brushed under the rug, and the child was put into the care of the manor staff. With that, Tricia, the orphan, was born. Tricia's true origins were kept a secret from everyone, including her, and she was raised as a maidservant to the daughter of the estate, her half-sister Sharina. As the years passed, the two grew up side by side, never knowing the secret between them. That is until one fateful day when, at her mother's deathbed, Sharina learned the secret of Trisha's birth. Sharina, stunned by the revelation and terrified of what it could mean for her, threw her half-sister out into the night. And it was there, on the cold streets of Masthead, that Trixie, the rogue, was born. Trixie had to learn to fend for herself from day one. As a young girl alone in the city, she didn't have the luxury of second chances. As she began to learn the tricks of the trade, she found that her slight frame, doe eyes, and darling smile lent themselves well to a less than lawful lifestyle. While she may not always follow the letter of the law, she will always do what she feels is right. Although, you might want to watch your coin purse.
Master of the Arcane and Bounty Hunter Extraordinaire, John Jingles is half sorcery, half sass, and entirely fabulous. At just over a year old, baby Jingles toddled his way out of the mystical forest and into the arms of the elves. They knew he was going to be trouble after a wave of his hand turned a set of priceless silk curtains into a side-tucked, slim-fit diaper with matching ascot. He blossomed into a confident, eccentric young man, and devilishly handsome, if I do say so myself. But John's gift for the arcane was truly extraordinary, eventually surpassing even that of the elves, and they bullied him relentlessly for it, until John finally found the courage to fight back. Which, long story short, got him kicked out of town and into a traveling acting troupe, where he spent his nights cold and hungry, wondering what his purpose was in this lonely world. But hey, I'm being a Debbie Downer. You don't want to hear about the sad bits. You want to hear about the fun stuff like catching bad guys and making money, right? Thought so. One day while performing, John saw a thief steal an old man's coin purse, and all at once, something in him awakened. In a flash, he leapt from the stage in hot pursuit, and after a dramatic chase through the city streets, John magically catapulted a watermelon right at the crook's head. With the bad guy caught, the crowd cheering, and a fat sack of reward money in hand, it suddenly became clear that our young adventurer had at long last found his calling. John fluffed his ascot, popped his collar, and set off to become the bedazzled bounty hunter hero Tremahia deserved.
Hey guys, welcome back. We have a winner in chat. It is in fact Pullout King.
Yeah, boy! Happy Father's Day.
Happy Father's Day.
Yeah.
Exactly.
A win-win strategy, if I've ever heard one.
And you're gonna be the lovely owner of a Stonemoss Chapel.
That's so
You can go
fitting.
repent for pulling out.
Yeah, where you marry the bra that you got pregnant.
Oh boy.
In the Stonemoss Chapel.
Oh my god. Oh.
Buzzing! Alright, we can go.
But congratulations, sir.
Descent of shame. Or success, really.
I was gonna
Depends
say,
on how you look at
yeah.
it. All right, so to recap, the adventurers have just kind of witnessed a crime scene, a murder scene. Trixie knows a little bit more than the rest of them. Actually,
And now so does Jingles.
now Jingles. So the rest of them have now gone back to their rooms. Dorian has gone away to kind of walk and contemplate, and Shelia has gone and she's going to go and do a little bit of research. Going to talk to a few people, ask how they feel about a few things. Besides what you guys are doing there. So you guys are there for the night, and you guys find a little bit of trouble just kind of like really focusing on anything else beyond the murder,
Well,
essentially.
I mean, a guy died.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, guy died. Everybody laughs.
Dead guys.
What's wrong with
That
that?
guy's died all the day. So anyways. Yeah, so you were about to say something before we got to the room.
Okay, I'm going to apologize for my ignorance right off the bat, but are you able to sense when another drow is around?
I had no idea there was a drow even here until I was shackled because of my appearance.
Understood.
Why do you ask?
He's still here, and well, I mean, you know my feeling on that. That obviously, I don't think that Melok is going to be the only death.
To answer you succinctly, no.
Okay.
I can't necessarily feel another drow's presence. I
Would
know
you be
what
able
we're...
to track another drow easily?
Not necessarily.
Okay.
I know my people and what they're capable of, but if this one is an assassin and apparently a good one, maybe beyond what I can do. I mean, Amalthea might be better at tracking than I will, honestly. I'm more used to tracking game, but not anything else.
Okay. What should we tell everyone else?
We just leave. We leave everything else to... We leave everything to Shelia and the High Guard, and we go and do our mission. This has nothing to do with us, and to be frankly honest, I don't give a shit.
Fair enough.
The only thing I want to happen is that drow is stopped from making any more harm. But there seems like enough capable people to contain that.
Indeed. And I don't feel confident enough in my abilities to stay and do anything about it, so...
What? Why do you feel that way?
I have so much to learn, Don Ash.
Then apparently I do as well, because you've literally saved my life multiple times and the rest of our parties. What... The fact that you still have this doubt in you, it's unjustified. It's unwarranted. I've seen you in battle. It's quite unbelievable. Give yourself more credit.
I'll try.
Alright, hero. Let's go.
Alright, let's go find Amalthea first.
Amalthea is currently in the room. She's
Okay.
still-
Well, we weren't
You're making your way.
Yeah, we weren't there yet.
You're making okay. You're making your way out. I was gonna say.
Like, guys.
Like,
I'm right
here.
here.
Spat wine into my eyes. Oh, God.
How did you do that?
Because he made me laugh. Jesus.
That still doesn't explain how you got it.
I was here, and it came back out.
You don't ask these questions.
I rolled a natural 20 on my own self.
That's an actual one.
Yeah,
Alright.
fair enough.
So then, let's go into the room and first
Okay.
ask Amalthea, like, if she's heard anything
She will tell you that she didn't really. She's kind of like within herself for most of the day. Just kind of looking over her inventory and stuff. But
I relay what happened because
okay.
I did tell her to wait here. So I relay everything that happened, and even, well, obviously the murder, and then also what happened between us and with the High Guard. So
sure, very well. And she she's very concerned. Obviously, she wants to go and do something about it. But you guys kind of eventually calm her down a little bit. And
this is not our fight. It's not a battle. There's no point in doing this.
No, I mean, there are plenty of well-trained warriors here that if he were to try to attack someone again, I'm sure that they can handle it.
she'll eventually just kind of nod and succumb to these new.
I'm gonna go talk to Trixie and Jingles.
And I'll stay here with the mouth.
Okay, so I go over to their room and knock.
Right before she gets there, though, at the end of our conversation, we're keeping this to ourselves, right?
Do you think that it would not be wise?
Well, if we tell them, they're gonna want to stay and fix the problem.
They have
I
plenty
don't
of-
want to stay.
They have plenty of guards here. Maybe we don't tell them, we tell Shelia.
Okay.
Or one of them.
I'll take care of it.
Insight check.
All right.
You didn't trust me?
Nope.
I am
Oh, damn.
officially offended.
And that's a 20. Not
Nice.
natural.
30-20, all right.
Nice.
Well, I'm telling the truth.
That she'll handle it.
I mean,
In whatever way that
what are you looking
means.
for? Do
All
you
right,
want me to-
I wanted
I
to
can
see
roll
if you were.
deception if you want,
It
but-
depends. If you're actually planning on,
I
like.
have a plan.
All right. Then I believe you.
Might not be a great plan, but I think.
Yeah, with a modified
If
20,
you
you just...
yeah, I was gonna say no. If you actually have a plan and you're not just planning on like, oh no, nothing happened, then we're good.
Oh.
As long as
Are you going to inquire further?
No.
Okay.
but
He knows
Then I
you.
seem like I'm being honest, but slightly a little shifty as always.
yeah. Well, I'm used to you being shifty, but I will also
Clean
make.
my hair. Clean my hair.
What?
Clean my hair.
Why would I do that? Oh.
And he starts to
All
clean
right.
your hair.
Oh yes. I'll get the dye out.
Yes. No, I mean I want you to just pass it.
the
to
amount-
Oh, just
Oh, yeah.
that's what I did.
Okay, cool.
It's like, oh, I'm like in the middle of shampoo.
No, he puts you in a chair and he leans you back and he starts to do a little hose.
So, man, am I
So this episode this turned to an episode of Looney Tunes apparently.
Yes,
Yes.
Barbara Finelli, yes.
Yes.
Are you guys is everyone decent?
Well, qualified
I mean,
decent.
Jingles is.
Quick question: do we think they're a thing?
I don't, because I don't think that Jingles bats for her team.
Fair enough. I'm still trying to figure that out. I think I know, but the way you guys act together, I don't know.
Air of mystery.
Just the way they want it.
Right.
So that I open the door. Did you guys hear anything that was going on outside?
I heard some commotions, but nothing out of the ordinary.
Okay, and I'm gonna kind of like look out the door and then step in and close it. There was a murder.
Of who?
One of the dignitaries, Melok from Alta.
Who's he?
I've never met him before, but apparently there is a drow assassin in the keep. Donash was arrested.
Oh.
Do we need to go?
We are going to be leaving early tomorrow.
But if he's arrested, how do we get him out?
He's okay now. Dorian and I were able to talk to the High Guard, and the High Guard does not believe that he's the suspect. However, we need to
trust Donash completely, but we also believe that he's not a suspect.
He was not
correct?
even present.
Okay.
He came afterwards, and when they saw him, they
There's
arrested
no-
him. Apparently, this drow has black hair, not white hair.
Is that unusual? I don't know much about drow.
I will be honest, I don't either.
Okay.
Well, it's not
We're
very
gonna
difficult for one with any sort of connection to the magical arts or even just a simple cheap hair dye to take care of such problems.
I look over at Trixie and then back to you.
And they're still like lathering her hair. Her standing on her head.
We're going to stick to the plan of leaving tomorrow because I feel that if we leave any earlier, it will make Donash look suspicious.
I agree.
Yeah.
And
Well, this place certainly seems
more than equipped to handle its own security, especially if they're already aware of, what the perpetrator looks like, or perhaps, if there's any further information.
Can I do an insight check on Jingles?
On Jingles? Sure.
Yeah, you are acting suspicious, sir.
That is a natural 20.
All right, I'm gonna try.
Against your deception.
I'm gonna try.
No way.
Oh, nope.
Oh.
Nope.
You can see
His
he's
voice is
pulling something
cracking.
back. There's something the way he spoke there that he might know something about it.
Like, I try not to I don't want to get into your business too much, but if you guys know anything or saw anything, please tell me. I promise we are not going to stay here, but I need to know because I need to let Shelia know.
Trixie, did you see anything?
I mean, we were here.
There's a man who I know him. I may have been acquainted with him once or twice in the past on different occasions, and this is a very dangerous individual who has...
He's one of the other dignitaries, isn't he?
Yes. Yes.
He's not a nice man.
He is not a nice man. He is a very dangerous man, and his methods often include hiring assassins who are very good at what they do and who ensure that the jobs that they are taken are done. He's a very thorough man, and I believe that he is here in the keep. And this is his...
He's a very powerful man, though. I don't want to get tangled up.
Okay. If you don't feel comfortable telling me, will you please, at the very least, write Shelia a letter and leave it in her quarters before we leave tomorrow?
Yes.
Okay. Only because I have every reason to believe that Milak will not be the only death here.
I agree. And if it is the person who I believe it is, then ambition is his driving force, and there is very little that he would let stand in his way. So proceed with caution and tell your Shelia to do the same.
Okay.
But yes, we will.
Do we
Right.
have
Do you
everything?
This person, really quickly, does he have any grievance with Alta, other than just power?
That I don't know.
Okay.
I am not sure of his motivations. It's been a long time since we've crossed paths, but
His
he is...
motivations are power. If there's a way for him to get that, he will find a way.
He has raised his station significantly just since the last time that I saw him, and I would absolutely... I would not be surprised if his ambitions have set his goals much higher, and he will do whatever is necessary to attain that. So I will write that letter, but on our request, this is not a place for us. This is a place for your people and the guards of the keep, and I'm sure that the letter will be in good hands.
Understood. Just out of curiosity, is there any reason why you don't want to give up his name?
The more you know, the more danger it puts you in.
Fair enough. We'll be going to the Fields of Conflict. We'll be meeting with a group of barbarians there.
Sounds like a happy day.
According to Shelia, they're peaceful for barbarians.
Peaceful barbarians.
As long as they know
Aren't
that...
they the ones that started the...
That's what we're going to find out. Shelia believes that they are not. So rather than going straight to the keep, we're going to be talking to this group of barbarians to find out if they know anything, if they're even the ones sieging. If they are not, who would be behind this?
And who are they sieging? Allegedly? Again?
There's a keep, another keep.
Called Zetona?
Zetona, the keep of Zetona. Very good, Jingles. Paid attention.
Yeah. Memory banks.
It's a
Right
Muse
here.
song.
Yeah.
Knights of Zetona.
That's why it sounds like
Yes.
that.
Anyway, we'll have provisions. Everything's being taken care of by Dorian right now. But I just wanted to make you aware that yes, we will be amongst barbarians, and we will be doing. This is going to be more of a reconnaissance mission than a battle.
No, anywhere's better than here.
So.
Agreed. All right.
All right.
So where will we be? Man, I'm on my second one of these.
Says Jingles.
Where?
And he's still like massaging her head. I'm gonna say one of these.
Where
Just
will
dive
we be
jobs.
reconvening?
I think for now it would be safe for us to just stay in our rooms until we leave. So outside our doors. If you could please leave a note for Shelia by this evening.
Is Shelia in her rooms? Or will she be in her rooms?
I don't believe she's in her rooms, but her quarters should be available.
Are they close
Will she
to
be-
us?
They're
Yeah,
very
they're
close.
right
Good,
down. They're
okay.
just down the hall.
Meeting us again before we leave?
I hope so. Normally I would say yes, but with everything going on, I'm not entirely sure. But Dorian will be coming with us, and he may be in her quarters, and you can leave your note with him.
All right.
He won't read it, I promise.
Well, maybe I'll leave extra something for him to read.
He's gonna come with you.
He's coming with us?
Yeah. Yes. Dorian will be coming with us.
The smile.
All right. Well, in that case, Jingles will start putting himself together. The head with her hair, it's fine.
So I know that we've already rested today, but I would say rest up again, and we will be leaving early.
Short rest?
You guys can do a short rest if you wish. Yeah, absolutely. You can take a long
Do we
rest.
need it? You already took a
Well,
long rest.
he took 4 damage.
I took bite damage.
Yes.
Right.
And I'm going to go back into the room, and because I don't
And
think I
I
told
didn't
you
even
about
get all
going to
of
the
it back.
barbarians.
No.
So I'm going to go.
Really, even with your con, your con bonus.
I have
it's-
0 cons. So
Oh,
That's
All
right.
right, so
'cause
I'm
you
gonna
got
have to
super
roll
drunk
2.
with the dwarves.
I'm going to roll 2. Okay, that gets it back. So I'm down 2 hit dice, but it's worth it.
So I'm going to go back to our room and
Mhm.
fill Don Ash and Amalthea in
Okay.
on what the journey is going to be,
All
where
right.
we're going, and
How
all
did
that stuff.
how did they fare? Did they hear anything?
They did.
And
They won't tell me his name. They say that should we know who he is, that puts us more in danger.
you mean to tell me they know who did this? And they won't tell you his name? Do they not trust you?
They're terrified.
I find that hard to believe with Trixie and Jingles.
No, I saw it in their eyes, both of them. They know this man from many years ago. They say that he's worked his way up to his position of power, so he's clearly one of the other magistrates, one of the
Okay.
other delegates.
So we just leave and no one knows what happened then?
We're going to let Shelia know before we leave.
How? You don't know his name.
They do, and they're going to be the ones who tell her.
And you trust them to tell Shelia the truth.
I'll be asking Shelia if they did.
Make sure that you do. This doesn't need to happen again.
No, it does not.
Okay. Well, if you have a plan, then I'll let you do you.
all right. You guys take your rest for the evening, whether you choose to actually lay down or just
I'm
prepare.
going to go into meditation.
Okay.
Same.
All right. In fact, Amalthea will also do similar, kind of like to
Well,
just
just
talk with
like
you.
this.
Yeah, much like the way you and her had already talked
Does
about.
she put her blindfold on?
does. She'll do that. I'll-
So then we go back to
You know,
that.
I'll roll for it to see if she wants to. Oh yeah, she's so
I
down.
still
Modified
have,
20.
Yeah, I know it's natural 20.
Oh,
shit.
shit.
Yeah,
I still
and
have that mushroom, I think, that you gave me.
Oh, God.
okay, so
time to use it.
so here's the thing. No, you don't, because he's got 2, and we had to like retcon a few things in the
Okay.
beginning. So
Did you give her a mushroom?
she took 1 from you.
That was when you were here, though.
No, you had what? Okay, after the use, after it's done, after he gives it to you, then it's expended.
Okay.
So it's gone.
Okay.
It has a half-life effect.
I
Essentially.
got you a mushroom?
You did.
You-
You gave me shrooms right before we were going to go into Celestia.
You must have
Wow.
had some too.
Do not remember
Sorry, not
this.
Celestia. Sorry, that's My Little Pony.
I was like, yeah, I really don't remember this.
Valentia?
Yes, that one.
Oh, a very small dose though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, okay.
Yes.
Right.
You
okay.
had already chewed it and you had already made a thing with it.
I remember that.
So, all right.
No, it was Angel's breath. It wasn't sweet sin.
Yeah.
It was okay.
But my point is that one is gone
It's
because
gone,
yeah,
okay.
there's a half-life to it. So
Gotcha.
in any herbology,
If it was sweet sin, you would remember. It was angel's breath. I made you a tea.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you would have very lucid dreams and
Yeah.
anyway. All right,
It's
so
like-
you guys
it's like lavender.
you guys
Yeah.
Oh, before
Yeah.
we go to sleep, I would like to have a conversation with Jingles.
okay.
I don't think it's a good idea to leave a note that could be traced back to us, but I was going to possibly whisper in Shelia's mind. The way that I did for
She's
you.
gonna
Yes,
freak
Trixie, that is the most terrifying thing you can do to somebody.
She seems very wise.
Well, yes, wise. That is not. Wisdom has nothing to do with that.
Old age.
Can you think of a better way? If the note is traced back to us, he will hunt
It
us
can't
down
be
and
traced
find
back
us.
to us.
How do you know? We're supposed to hand it to,
Yes, we hand it directly to her.
but she's not going to be there. And what if someone sees us handing it to her?
She's gonna be there. She's in her room, isn't she?
We just had this conversation that she's not.
Sorry, she's gonna be seeing us off though.
Hyllenae just said that
Sorry,
she might not.
apparently there was something lost in translation. Sorry, I was so intent on the hair.
These roots are just fucking ruined.
What is the other guy's name that's traveling with us?
Dorian.
Dorian, thank
Dorian.
you. I was kept thinking
Oh,
of
that's
saying
right.
it.
She said give it to
She said,
Dorian.
"Give it to
Sorry,
Dorian,"
when
but I don't-
that name came up, it distracted me. I'm sorry. But yes, doesn't have to be.
That's why she's mine.
It doesn't
Please say she's
have
gonna
to be-
learn how to say lying at some point.
But I don't know who he is. I don't trust to give him this note.
Fine, then a message.
Well, then you send him a message. Or
I
her
can
a
send.
message.
I can send her a message.
If
I can
someone finds out,
speak
he will
her
hunt
a
us
message.
down
I can
and
speak
find
her
me.
a message. Maybe.
all right.
The weirdest way to say I'll tell her.
Speak a message.
I will speak her a
If
message.
you think
So
that your
you'll.
way is better than
So you'll
mine,
talk?
Yeah.
fine.
it is
I
talk.
think my way is perfectly acceptable, but whatever.
You guys are a complicated couple.
I think
It's
it's,
a very-
better than she won't know who told her, but be that as it may, you already outed us. Thank you very much.
Like,
After we just had the conversation.
this is a relatively important matter, Trixie. I think that
Yes,
it's important that these
my
people. know.
life is a very important matter.
Yes, you have nothing to do with this.
If he finds out, he's going to kill us.
He isn't going to find out. We are keeping plenty of distance between us and him, and we are going to be hundreds and hundreds of miles away from the entire investigation. The only people that are going to know of this are going to be our own. Well, not even our own. We haven't even really told any of them.
Yes, you did.
I'll take care of it. There we go. See? I got you.
Just go back to
I
it.
got you.
All right, so
That would
you guys
be me, honestly.
make yourselves down for the night. Again, whether you choose to or not, actually take the moment to sleep. I know you already mentioned a small little nap.
Yeah.
You guys eventually.
Oh, I'm napping too.
Okay, you're taking.
I burn incense for all of us that are met today.
Okay, great. You guys wake up, and the next day, the guards are still kind of moving. They're making their rounds as you guys kind of walk out the door there.
Super defiant and proud. I walk everywhere.
Sure.
With purpose.
Right, your chest is out.
Yeah.
Just
I'm gonna walk down the hall of Shelia's room like this.
And I look past the guard and go, did you find the person who's responsible for this?
to give you a glance of. They don't actually really. They're not even sure who you are. They're just. Alright. Dorian is out there. He's got his full-on armor now. He's tying his greaves. He's adjusting his bracers and whatnot. Are you ready?
Ready as
All
we'll ever
of
be.
you are here. Let's go. And he starts walking towards the main chamber there.
I look expectantly towards Jingles and Trixie, now that I know.
Okay.
And I just go. That's it.
We can't even see your eyes, right?
He's just like.
So I'm just like, you see a tightening of the lips, just.
Yeah.
No.
First.
So fine, I walk up behind both of them as we're walking behind Dorian, and I go, I immediately go, you tell them who did this.
Excuse me?
Tell them.
Don
I
Ash?
don't know who did this.
Trixie, don't bullshit me. I know your game.
Don Ash?
Excuse me.
Not Trixie.
I think.
Trixie?
Yes.
Not right now. there are people around us, right?
Well, we're very. This is a whispering situation.
But still, there are people around.
There are
right?
guards around you, and you are currently being led by Dorian. So he's out in front, but you're still being led as.
I walked behind them and leaned into their in between their heads into their
Well, then
ears.
make a stealth check.
It was definitely I was trying very much so to be very stealthily. That's absolutely a natural 19.
Okay.
So
all right.
I whispered in their minds.
You don't have the ability, but they get the.
It's a super good stage
Yeah.
whisper.
I will still respond to the way I did.
I know you would. So,
And
but
Jingles-
still though, we're still communicating in this whispered
And
stage.
Jingles is still saying, "No, hey, just
Jingles.
I've got this."
We don't know who did it.
I'm gonna
We don't.
walk up.
And
to
I scoff and
where
walk
do
by.
you think
I
we
scoff
were?
and walk by. I just stop listening. I walk by, and I look at. I gesture to Jingles as I do so. I kind of hit you in the shoulder and keep going.
And I am going to glare at Jingles.
I'm going to walk up to Dorian's side and just kind of lowly say, "Is Shelia going to be seeing us off today?"
She is, in fact. She's already there. He points off to the. There's a large kind of congregation of mages and wizards and all that, and as they're kind of looking over, you see that they are peering over some notes, but also looking ahead towards a small area. You guys kind of walk through them. They notice you as you walk by. They all look about.
Ancient.
Well, they're not as I'll say this: they're not as practiced as the one wizards that greeted you initially on the portal
Well,
pad.
that makes me feel really good.
But you guys enter right through a room, and as you guys towards the very, very back of the keep. I'm talking about the far back here.
Okay.
There is a room, a small little tunnel that leads into an open area. You see in the center a glowing sphere. And then Dorian and Shelia is there. Oh, good, you made it. And she kind of ushers you in a little bit, motions for you to step forward. And you see her. She's got dark bags under her eyes. She's been up the entire time.
Is there any? Can I just do a perception check to see if there's anybody else besides Shelia and the people who are supposed to be helping us?
There are no one else that's going to be going with you, but there are other people there around there. There seems to be people looking over a large tome, kind of preparing some spells, and you can see some of the servants bringing in incenses and various candles to light for this ritual here. There is a chalk circle on the ground. Nothing special, but just has a little bit of runes and whatnot. The ball in the center begins to kind of just undulate a little bit, kind of float around a little bit, and it will grow in intensity in the light, kind of flicker down a little bit, much like a candle, actually. And it will speak up. Welcome. Welcome. Enter. The preparation is almost at hand. Are you all ready?
No sign of Shelia yet.
Shelia's there.
She's there.
She is there. Okay.
She's
And I'm
there.
gonna just kind of look over at you guys.
And I very lightly pluck the G-string of my lute. It's so light though. It's a very muted pluck. And then I
put $1 bill in.
and then I curtsy. No, I pluck that, and then I kind of do this, but I point towards Jingles as I do it.
Okay.
And I go, Shelia is here. You have no reason not to tell her who did this.
You hear a voice in your mind.
No, this is a message.
this
This is a message.
This is a message.
Oh, I didn't catch that.
Yeah,
Okay.
you're good. You're good.
So
Did we
it-
hear that he's
No.
doing something?
Well,
You heard the
It's
G-string, but it's a
vocational.
muted, it's the
Technically-
lightest touch on a G-string.
Technically,
on a
though-
But it's
So,
vocational.
yeah,
We
So
can
so-
still hear
you're
it.
still casting the spell as
Yeah.
part of it. So I'm allowing you to do it via the string. It is going to be a full-on pluck though.
Okay.
Because it's still the same as a
Sure,
verbal and
sure,
somatic
sure.
component.
They
for
have no
everyone
idea I
else.
can do that, though. So.
No, right, absolutely not. But as soon as you
Just out of curiosity, but it is a vocational spell, right? So we know he's casting a spell unless he does
So
No,
this,
no.
okay, so it's a verbal. So the verbal.
there is verbal and there is somatic. So what I'm having it do, it just kind of spin it here as far as your lute goes. You can just kind of do a little hum, if you will, much like the pages of notes that Ada gave you, and you're using those lyrics as part of the spell. You still have to do a little bit of motion. So your hand strumming is part of that motion, and you have to audibly say something about it.
I'm
Whether
doing
it's-
it like on the back of my, like just plucking the string. Like
Sure, it's still an audible.
Sure,
It's very audible.
Sure.
And also you have to, as part of it, speak. But it doesn't have to be like.
Can it be a whisper?
lyric. It could be a lyric.
Oh, okay.
As part of your spell, as you kind of like made it a part of your own entity or your own self. So it is still audible. Okay. There is a little bit of murmurs around there, so it's not like it's out of turn.
Yeah, you don't have to. You don't have to scream it, but yeah, if somebody's listening, they can hear it.
I'll tell you what. It sounds like this. And then that's it, essentially.
Okay.
Repeat.
Do we notice he's casting a spell, though?
Make a perception check.
Okay. All right, and I'm not looking at him, so I'll do it with disadvantage.
12.
Okay.
Oh yeah, nope, 6.
You do notice that you know Don Ash to go ahead and just plug the strings every now and then, kind of tune it and whatnot. It sounds like something was said by him. You're not sure exactly what it was, but with the 12, I'll say that you know that something came from him at some point.
Okay.
Now you hear a voice, and it is.
You tell Shelia she's here. Make sure that she know who did this.
Am I allowed to respond to
Yes,
these?
you are.
Thank God I can finally respond to this. Get out of my head! I've got this! Everybody's in my head these days.
Did I hear that part?
Yeah, it just barely cuts off, but yes, you hear that. Everyone's out of my head.
And I just go, okay. Duly noted.
and Jiggles just got.
They're like, I think Jingles is cracking.
Yeah.
What's going on?
I twitch.
Nothing. Everybody.
You and I are going to literally make him insane. Like, we're going to make him insane like Randall. Like, we already did so well the first time.
You don't hate this. Stupid telepathy.
And you can't do it. That's the
I
part.
can't do it.
You can't do it.
Eventually.
I don't think so. I don't think I took it.
No? Oh.
Nope.
But I mean,
Because that's for you.
I don't think I took it. No.
Yep, I didn't take message.
That's what you just said you were going to use to tell Shelia.
No.
Were you lying to me?
I wasn't.
No, he said he was going to tell her, but he said it in a very convoluted way.
You said it. You were going to message it to her.
I said that I was going to speak a message to her, right?
Yeah, you did.
Something-
Which meant he was going to verbally
Well,
tell
for the
her.
record, I assumed. So
But
when I
that
find out
being
that's
said-
not what you did, I'm going to be very upset with you.
But that,
It's so convoluted.
but that being said, I could have sworn. What was the whole thing about having to tell what's his name and not her? Because I feel like she is the one to.
Yeah, I said that I didn't want to tell him.
Mm-hmm. That's what I thought. Okay.
But how are you going to tell Shelia now?
When I thank her.
Not out loud.
Don't worry, it's fine. So, are we saying our goodbyes or what?
He says out loud.
Yeah. Yes, absolutely. We'll step into the circle here, and Shelia is there now, guiding you towards the center there. Doreen has already stepped up, and you can see the orb.
I'm not breaking like direct eye contact
Sure.
with Jingles.
He's the only one in the center now.
I mean, I follow him, but I'm still looking at Jingles.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna be bringing up the rear.
He still says it.
I will whisper
Are
to
you all coming?
I'll whisper to Jingles, did you take care of it?
I'm not done yet. I'm still saying goodbye.
Did you say
You
that out loud
guys
to
are
me?
no. You guys are all. Jesus Christ!
Yeah,
No, I'm not done yet.
Pinball with his head.
He was, get out of my head! Get out! He just starts screaming.
Just run away.
He throws himself off the balcony.
If you approach me in person as I'm trying to say my farewells, you in my head, I will probably just look around and just kind of twitch for a second.
Are you ready, Jingles? Let's go.
I'm
You
saying
should
my
take
goodbyes.
notes. You should take notes of this portal so we can do it later.
Yes, I should take notes of this portal. Thank you, and I will take notes of this portal as soon as I'm done saying my goodbyes. And I would like to continue saying my goodbyes as I kind of go around.
Trixie's going to follow Jingles.
Okay.
God damn!
I'm kind of bringing up the rear. Like, guys, we really need to get into the portal.
And I'm hounding Jingles as well. Just like,
You hear the orb speak up again. Is this normal for your friends?
Yes,
to do
it's a
this?
customary thing. It's polite.
Don't.
goodbye!
And I think so. I'll have a nice little exchange with like each person as I go around.
It's really only Shelia, really. I mean, who else are we gonna?
Well, I was gonna say
Steve the guard.
I was gonna say Steve the guard.
Steve
Thank
the guard
you so
is there.
much for such diligently watching our room.
As he's like, you're shaking his head,
yes,
like-
it's very, very much. That's a little too enthusiastic. And Shelia,
Hello,
thank
good
you.
sir.
Yes. And Shelia, thank you so much for all of your hospitality and your wisdom. And what's she wearing right now?
She's got her full regalia on.
Oh.
The full breastplate and the whole armor and the large, the Roman or the Trojan-looking helm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the feathers on it.
All right.
Blue and white.
And I would like to also compliment her on that. The regalia you're wearing right now is absolutely marvelous. It brings out your eyes.
She mildly kind of gives you a little head tilt. She's very tired.
And hopefully if we don't get ourselves killed in these barbarian rages, then we'll get to see you again.
All right, sure.
And as I lean in, I would like to whisper, do not move, do not react. Every rose has its thorn.
Oh my God.
And I'd like to lean back and hold her out at like arm's length.
Her face is...
Oh, what a fucking... Oh.
Thank you, Lady Shelia.
Thank you.
And take care.
I shall. She rubs her eyes. Oh.
And now we're done. Goodbye.
It's been a long day. Enter the circle, please.
I'm gonna give her. I'm going to, say my goodbyes to her and give her. Did I see what he did?
Make a perception check.
I mean, you saw him hug her.
Natural 20. I'm on fire tonight. I see everything.
It was a hug,
was a long
and it was
hug.
a prolonged hug, and you saw her eyes go.
He gyrated his hips a little bit.
You saw Shelia's eyes go from a weird, like, creeped out face to a knowing face.
Okay. So I'm
And
going,
jump
so
through
I'm
the
going to
portal.
ascertain that you did in fact tell her. Okay. So,
Okay.
alright, so I'm going to walk up to Shelia and give her a hug
She gives you a tight hug as well.
and just pull back with my hands on her shoulders. Please, Shelia, I trust in your abilities, but be alert and stay safe.
I shall. You too. She grabs you by the shoulders.
Alright, and I step into the orb.
Okay. And you see the orb kind of just it gets brighter and brighter and brighter, and even you, Don Ash, can see it through your blindfold. The lights have begin to become really, really intense. You begin to hear some ancient speech. And it's coming from everywhere. You have no idea what's going on. You guys now are in the middle of a field. The wind is kicking up. There's sand and you can see very, very small little chaparral foliage around you. Cactuses every now and then, sagebrush every now and then.
I'm going to reach into my pouch and pull out that piece of the...
I'm going to go ahead and roll a percentile here to see where exactly you end up. Alright, as the spell Teleport was cast, and you guys are in an area right now, and Dorian is kind of holding up his arm, looking through. He pulls out a compass and... I don't think these winds are going to die down. Is everyone here? He looks around, making sure that the...
Present.
Alright. He sees you with your glinting armor. And he sees Amalthea and the cat and the
cavalcade of Pokemon that we've collected.
I gotta catch them all.
Yeah,
Jesus.
and the sand, I'm imagining the sand is really, like, blowing pretty hard.
it's not too hard. You can kind of see through it every now and then, but every I want to say 5 minutes or so, a wind gust kind of picks up a large amount of sand and kind of kicks it all up in your faces and all that. And you, it's windy, but it's not so bad. And every now and then.
And I think that I'm going to probably pull off my my ascot. I'll take off my lovely ascot and unfold it and unfold it and unfold it into a rather decent-sized little
It's a
scarf or
shamag.
bandana, And I am going to tie it around, wrap it once, twice, and then tuck it back in as a little protection from the sand.
He, after checking the compass for a while, he looks off into the distance. I think that's where we have to go, and you can barely see. Make perception checks, everyone.
Ah, west.
Okay.
Oh,
Missed the box.
14.
11.
14. No, I'm just kidding. What is 6 plus
Not
10?
enough. Okay.
10.
Plus
10.
not
Oh,
enough.
okay, not bad. Actually, what was you?
11.
Okay, well, you got a 12, right?
I got a 11.
11. All right. Actually, all of you can just barely see off in the distance a tall rock formation. It's got two stones, kind of like in a pairing. There's a large gap in the center of both of them.
Do they have statues doing this?
No. And you can see that there is just it's off in the distance, about maybe a few hundred yards away, but you can just barely see within all the wind that is actually kicking up all the dust and whatnot. There's not a dust storm per se, but there is enough that it'll obscure your vision every now and then. You guys begin to start marching over there. And you guys just see that the wind's it's still going. You guys pass the stone thing. You guys eventually pass another large hill towards your right, and you're still walking through the sagebrush. There is actually now a trail that you've managed to find. It's hard to really look through. Amalthea's going to make a
She's our
nature
GPS.
check.
Yes.
And okay, Kenny will also help out here. And
Barbarians are watching soccer.
Clearly.
and eventually, you guys come towards these large cliff faces. There is a gully in the center of it all, and it's a good distance away now. You're about maybe a mile out, and you can start to see that there are other rock formations and whatnot. May everyone make another perception check as you're now nearing this entire area.
Damn, 24.
Ooh.
Natural 20.
Well, damn, I got a natural 19, but it's still only a 20.
All right. Dorian's going to roll as well.
Apparently, everybody's really paying attention now.
I guess.
For those of you who rolled high, you guys are starting to notice that there are sand dunes. There are every now and then rock formations that are coming up from the earth that have almost look like mesas, but very truncated. And again, the sagebrush and the cacti. And those of you who rolled high, you start to notice that there are movements in the earth far away from you, almost like something is kind of moving the sand.
Oh, hell no.
Dorian will also notice it too and goes, I believe those are the earth crawlers. We need to stay close.
I pull out my guitar. I go, this is not the first that we've met creatures.
I know. I'm just saying, just keep an eye out. It seems like they haven't noticed us just yet.
Question. What is an earth crawler?
They are large, burrowing creatures. 4 limbs, large gaping maw.
And when you say large, how big is large? Like me large? Like
twice the size of a
you
cow.
large?
Large.
Oh. Yeah, let's stay
We
together.
should avoid them.
Their maw could probably fit every one of us in it.
Okay, yeah, let's stay
Fantastic.
together.
Great.
Yep.
Perfect. No, I was...
Hard carapace. They are a formidable opponent. Just stay on the road and be on the lookout.
Jingles.
They are a good 100 yards away. I don't think they're going to come this way. But just be on the alert.
Jingles is a little extra cautious, so he's going to pop another spell slot, and he's going to boop himself on the nose.
All right.
And
Now,
it's the boop.
Yeah. You can boop as a free action, but the spell costs...
spell costs an action.
All right, so you're now... You guys can see this a new effect now. You may not have seen it yet. Jingles, obviously, as soon as he touches his nose, you hear a shimmer of blue courses over his entire form, almost like an eggshell shape, and then dissipates.
Kind of does like a Pantene Pro V hair flip.
Well, that's new.
Well, truth be... No. You're fine. You can handle yourself.
Where did you get that ability?
Oh, I've had it. This is just, I think, probably the first time you guys have actually maybe seen it being cast. I tend to do it with my morning routine, but ever since the accident, I've been trying to make sure that Muggsy stays out of trouble. But I have a feeling that we might just be finding some trouble here, and I don't want to take any chances with something that can swallow all of us at once.
Great. Well, then you won't be trying to run away from any battles then, I assume.
Good sir, I have never run away from a fight in my life.
All right.
So you guys continue walking ahead now, and you guys are getting closer to the cliff faces, and you see that there seems to be kind of a road, and it hugs the right side of these large cliffs, and they eventually, after you move past them, you see that there are various paths that lead, or not paths, but rather valleys that lead into the mountains to the north. And you see that the road that you're currently on, the poor excuse for a road, if you will, hugs the right-hand side. And Dorian looks at his compasses and says once more, I believe we should head down to the west now, after this turn here. And you guys, throughout the entire time that you've been traveling, you've been noticing that these creatures have been from the far off distance. And eventually you guys come across a few actual stonework, a fence of some type. A small wooden post has been broken off. The stone has been weathered, and it's the same color as the pinkish sandstone beneath you. The entire area that you're walking around is sandstone looking, layered earth, all the way up top, dark red to the pinkish to the almost the white and gray, all the way throughout. But these stones here are, as the wind kind of picks up again.
Wind picks up.
Yeah, you guys notice that there are a lot of beige colored stones as you move along, and eventually you guys come across what looks like a settlement of some kind, abandoned. All of the houses are broken down. There is one larger house, though, that is kind of right in your path. That seems to be mostly intact.
How hot is it right now? Bless you.
It's actually not... You've been traveling for about like half a day now, since you guys teleported. In the early morning, when you teleported, it's even earlier in the morning. But now you've been like, it's about midday, so I would say it's a good maybe low 90s. It's starting to,
It's a hot desert.
Yeah, it's definitely a hot area. You still look up towards the far north there, above the mountains, and you see that the mountains are still snow-capped. So it's an odd dichotomy to like walk into, so close to the mountains in such a hot area. You guys eventually make your way through, and you're near this large unabandoned house. The roof has been kind of caved in for the most part. Only the structural parts of it are intact, and you can see that there are still objects inside, still tables and chairs and whatnot that have been just left there to rot over the long period.
Any?
Oh, I was just gonna say, I turn to Dorian and say, is this supposed to be abandoned?
I'm not sure, but this looks like it has been abandoned for quite some time.
Does the road continue on?
The road does continue on. Everyone make a perception check.
Nope.
Ooh.
13.
Unnatural 20.
Unnatural.
Not a thing.
Zombie 20.
So you even Hyllenae, will actually notice that there seems to be a figure sitting in a chair inside the largest house there.
Oh god, the hills have eyes too.
Shit.
Yeah. Nope. Does it
have a banjo?
Is
It's Deliverance? Like
Hyllenae, do you see that figure?
I do.
It seems like there's like gray hair. Like the figure is sitting down, facing away from you currently, and there is a long gray hair towards the back. It's actually braided near the base of the head there.
Did Dorian see it?
Let's go find out. Nope.
Now, maybe I'm not the best person to ask about clandestine super top secret missions, but isn't it usually the fewer people that you encounter along the way, the better?
Typically. Who could survive here?
Do we really want to find that out?
I don't know. I'm gonna go up to Dorian and just kind of point. Well, not like point, but like.
That guy over there.
Do you see that figure over there?
He sees it.
Person.
Yes, I do. He begins to walk slowly towards it. Because like his hands not on his mace, but you can kind of see it almost in the draw phase.
Yeah,
you know?
I'm doing the same thing.
He's just walking slowly, like half pace essentially, up to it. He's kind of watching you guys. Like, are you coming with me?
No, I hide.
No, we just keep going. Why bother the people for this?
Yeah, why bother the old man? Great
Well,
old
look
man sitting in
around
the...
you. There's nothing else here. Don't you find it strange?
Yes.
And he continues to look at it. It hasn't moved.
What do you think, Dorian? You want to go and perchance put ourselves in danger by seeking out this random being who seems to be suspiciously just in the middle of nowhere?
5 gold, it's a skeleton.
5 gold, it's your skeleton. No.
From the future.
Yeah.
He looks on and I am a bit curious. I will give you that.
Well, we will stay here and you can go and investigate.
Right.
We'll watch his
You're coming with that,
surroundings.
I should stay here with them, I think.
Okay. Yeah, the path does continue
Yeah.
on, essentially kind of near around it.
Okay,
Just so you
so
guys
I'm just
know.
gonna kind of like be on the protective side of everyone else.
So let me get this straight. Now, is everyone else just stopping?
Hold
How
on,
close are we?
I look at Dorian and I go, "You're really going out there?
Well, we have to continue anyway.
But you're going to go and talk to this person?"
Find
So
out
we
what it is.
can continue down the path and then
The path, okay, essentially what you're currently in right now is an abandoned village.
Mhm.
Everything has been just destroyed by time, essentially. No one really, seems like no one's living here. There is a figure sitting in a chair facing away from you, and the road that goes through the village is really close to this house.
Fine. Dorian, if you insist on going and investigating this person, I will accompany you, but I'm not putting away my guitar.
So, the one thing that we don't want to do right now is split up. So, if we're going to check this guy out, then we should go as a group. But I don't expect anything good to come of this. Just keep your eyes around you.
Right.
That's a poor choice of words, but okay.
Oh, sorry, insensitive.
I'm gonna at the very least, I'm gonna have my shield at the ready.
Dorian has a shield as well, and he's been kind of having it anyway, just
Yeah.
like blocked from the sun and the various dust whips and whatnot. He's going to approach slowly. Who else is going to approach with him if you guys are going to approach?
I'm approaching, but I'm like a few steps behind him.
Yeah, and
a
I was
little
going to
ways
say,
behind him.
I'm standing probably about 60 feet back, and I would like to be looking around. I'm not looking
Make
at
a
the
perception
thing.
check.
Are there places to hide?
There are a lot of other buildings here.
Okay, then I'm going to kind
God
of,
damn.
not super overtly, but hide as we go.
A natural 20 again.
All right, you're looking around, and off
Dice
in the
gods are
far off
with
distance,
us.
you see the little, right? But it's a good 100 yards to the north now.
Okay, and I watch it going horizontally.
Yeah, it's
All right.
moving essentially away from you, not necessarily completely away from you, in the exact.
But it's not coming towards us.
It's not
and
coming towards you. It's
my
close.
thought is more like I don't want us to be walking into an ambush right now. So, all right.
Well, Dorian and I are, so here we go.
We got you covered.
Let's do this. Let's
Grabs you
let's
in the
walk
shoulder.
it.
I don't think we have to worry.
Let's go check it out.
All right. And you guys eventually walk closer to it, and you see, you feel actually, what looks to be like an old woman. Her motionless, her skin mummified. There are various holes throughout the entirety of the skin, and as you guys kind of like get a little closer, you guys are about like 10 feet away. You guys are looking at her, and you see a bunch of holes. Make a perception check.
Oof, 24.
You begin to hear a low murmur, a buzz, if you will.
Oh, son of a bitch.
Dorian, do you hear that?
What do you hear?
Something that's not good. Something coming for us.
For us.
A buzz.
You hear it with that high of a roll. It's coming from the lady.
How close is Dorian?
He was right next to you.
Okay. I put his hand on his, my hand on his chest, and I go, she's buzzing. I don't know what that means.
Buzzing?
There's a sound emitting from her body, and I can't imagine that those holes in her, maybe there's something that's bored into her skin.
Have you never seen The Mummy? Sorry.
He
From
see
15 feet back.
he nods his head and goes, I agree.
Wait. And I take out a I take my grappling hook, and I just kind of swing it around, and I throw it at the body.
Okay, make an attack roll.
It is a dead body.
It's a dead body.
I know, it's like, it shouldn't be a thing. How does a 10 sound?
It is.
Great.
It's literally right in front of you.
Okay, great.
Okay, you hit like the,
Be like a pinata of
Yeah.
Yeah.
you hit the head, and expecting the head to fall off.
Oh,
it
by
does
the way,
not.
my grappling hook has lightning damage.
Oh, jeez. That's right.
I
It's a
forgot
bug
to tell you that.
zapper.
Yeah.
So you go ahead and you throw it.
Well, yeah.
Holy shit.
My God.
That happened. And a lightning bolt just shoots off from it, right? And you expecting the head to kind of fall off because of its modified state. It doesn't. It actually, the whole body just kind of jerks forward. Then you hear the buzzing. And out of every little pore, you see a red, large, about maybe a good thumb size or so, sprout wings. Roll initiative.
Jesus!
You done pissed him off now.
Hidden? Am I
You
hidden?
are. Go ahead and roll for stealth.
Okay, so initiative. Oh.
Shit.
Oh, damn it.
Okay, but I am
I just
hidden.
wasted my nat 20 on initiative.
Really good position.
Okay, alright. Fuck, what's my...
These are cool.
Oh, snap.
Oh, whoa! Okay, well, if I had known that this is what it
Like-
looks like.
Alright.
I
Alright.
know, right?
Yeah, this is pretty run down, guys. I feel like,
That's, you know,
What's happening back at the ranch? Between the three of you, as you see me throw this grappling hook of electricity.
yeah. $5, the head falls off.
And it doesn't.
Damn it!
All right, there's a place.
Do you guys
right
see
here.
this like cloud of?
I'm assuming
You
we see
do.
it.
You eventually see
I want my
Oh,
final
well,
toys.
that.
the hell?
Oh my
Five
god!
Wait, I wanna. Oh, is that a?
It's where the red fern grows.
Oops, I just knocked that. It's Donish, you are here. Dorian is right next to
You'll
you.
get him.
And Hyllenae is not near us.
You'll
No,
get
I'm
him.
behind. Yeah.
Oh, you came with us?
I have, it in my,
I got
I
you.
have it in my other pouch.
Okay.
That thing's gnarly.
All right. So you see this happening.
Yeah.
Essentially, right.
I knew it! I've seen the mummy! I've seen the mummy!
All right. Initiative. 25 or 20. No.
22.
I like Taffy.
I know, right? I think you forgot a player character.
She's so invisible.
No, I did. I have her.
It's over there.
You're
Wow.
the- Oh my
Whoa! Can we hold up the little token? Yeah, just
Sorry,
legit.
guys, it really blended.
Like legit invisible.
I was like, no, I
Never
straight
mind,
up got
thank
you.
Yo!
Gil, well done, sir. Well done.
Shit, you are so well hidden. Oh my god.
Watch, she's gonna roll a nat 1 on her stealth.
That's great. Yeah, you rolled one on your own perception to see. You're like, oh. All right, 20 and up got you. 15 and up.
18.
18.
16.
16.
It's the first time I've rolled a high initiative, I
God, this
think, ever.
taffy is good.
10 and up. I gotta roll for Mel to find out where she's at. She's 10 and up. 5 and up.
6. Could really use those curse gloves right
God,
now.
I wish I had a 6-shooter with this fucking wind right now.
I know.
And Dorian's gonna do that.
I've been so into spaghetti western music like lately. Like now
Westerns are my jam, man.
dude, the Fistful of Dollars trilogy. Oh my god.
Oh,
Jesus.
Well, there we go.
Now we know we're in a battle.
I'm gonna take
And
So, oh man.
oh wow.
I guess it depends on who goes first, huh?
So Jingles, you go first.
All right.
Wow.
As now this giant swarm emits off of this skeleton.
Is Donash directly in the way? I can't tell. Is everybody in
kind
the way?
of. You can probably.
You actually technically the line of sight currently. You can technically probably go shoot right in between them. You'll be fine.
Perfect. All right. I would like to shout, "I told you so!" And I would like to whip up my fire, my blue fire, and I would like to snap a firebolt right between
right.
them.
Can you just say Brendan Fraser?
That's my new battle cry.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead and do so.
All right, let's do this thing. That's a 17 plus 24 to hit.
Jeez,
24
God,
hits.
Jesus, jeez.
24 hits, and then I'm gonna roll my G10s. God, this is what happens when you put a desert scene for us. 4, 10,
What,
11
your
damage
terrible
total.
southern accent?
11. I have a great southern accent.
What the hell are you talking
What the hell are you talking about, son?
You best get out into the yard and get yourself a switch.
So 11 fire damage total.
Okay. Alrighty, 11.
And it's a cantrip, so nothing else fancy.
A fire doesn't. No, it works just normally. So
Okay.
you think that it did its full damage?
It gets a couple bugs.
Yeah.
Good.
All right,
Okay,
now
and then
it's.
I'm gonna. Let
okay.
me make sure that it's a bonus action.
Hyllenae, you're on.
Okay.
You're on deck.
Yeah, I believe I can Blade Song as a bonus action, but I'm gonna double check on that.
Minus 2, my attack bonus versus just. Gotcha.
All right.
So just okay.
So
Yes.
I'm gonna pull out the rapier, swing, and then hit that nice little harmonic, and have it ready and out. Like I'm gonna swashbuckle some bugs, but I'm absolutely not gonna swashbuckle any bugs.
So wait, you're in the middle of it?
No. He's
No.
still there. He's still
Okay.
currently where he's at.
And I would like to do a little hop on over Amalthea, and I would like to see if I can hop up on those little things to get myself a little
Make,
better advantage point.
well, you already did an action technically, yes.
So yes. So would it be an action to get up there?
You know, go ahead and roll me a dexterity check, just a regular
All
dexterity.
right, like acrobatics or dexterity?
Well,
Yeah,
Because
no,
Blade
tempt
Song-
fate. No, tempt
Blade
fate. Go
Song
for it.
is acrobatics.
Ask more
Blade Song
questions.
gives advantage to acrobatics.
this is technically a strength check, so you're just
Strength
rolling
check.
yourself.
Okay, all right.
So,
Strength or athletics?
Athletics.
All right.
It's essentially the same thing.
12 minus 1, 11.
12 minus 1, 11. You take a while. You're going to start your
The
next.
duration of the whole battle.
Your next turn is going to actually start in mid climb, but I'll just say you're kind of prone on top. I'll
Just
have that.
laying down.
I'll get up in a minute. Don't mind me.
The rock structure kind of crumbles beneath your feet, so it's kind of a little difficult.
It's a little crumbly.
Hyllenae, you're up.
Okay, I
What the
don't
fuck's he doing?
know how well my mace is gonna work against these guys, but I'm gonna run up there and try anyway.
No!
I say.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Too
Yep,
late,
you,
you're already
you,
doing it.
you can write. You can get right there.
Keep it right there. Okay. I'm gonna try.
I would like to observe to see how this works.
Okay.
Let's say 12.
I let the control
12
group
to
go
hit?
first.
Yes.
Does not hit.
Does not hit. Okay.
No.
All right. Well, I'm gonna take my second attack then
Okay.
and attempt to hit again. That will be a 24.
24 hits.
All right, and I'm going to expend a first level spell slot and cast Divine Smite.
Divine Smite. All right. You're gonna separate the bludgeoning damage from your mace from the radiant damage.
Okay.
So tell me what the radiant damage is,
Okay.
and tell me what the.
So I'm using my mace. I got 1d6. Where are you? Okay, so bludgeoning damage will be 6,
Okay.
and then radiant damage. 2d8. Where's my d8? 7. 14 radiant damage.
14. Jesus. All right. You get a bunch of bugs as you do that. The swarm actually starts to look a lot thinner now. As they're swarming around you. Okay, it is Donish's turn.
So at
about
this
10 feet
moment,
away.
as I see her
Actually,
run
it's 5 feet
past, I take out a tinderbox and torch, and I just it's like strike it,
Okay.
and then just run into it doing this.
Okay. This is an improvised weapon, so you're gonna roll, but don't add your proficiency, just your dexterity or strength.
Jesus. Well, it wasn't in the box. So I mean, like, does a 7 really count?
Sure. You're just kind of wildly swinging it in front of you. The fire kind of dies down a little bit, but it comes back up once you stop.
Can I do a bonus action?
What's that?
Can I take a swig full of the wine in my mouth and go?
Yeah.
That's a full action.
Oh,
You can take a
Oh,
swig.
that's badass.
You can take the swig. I'll allow you to take the swig. But
Okay.
then,
Well, and I ready my action.
well, don't you have another?
Yeah, I
attack?
could flurry of blows, but like that's kind of redundant.
I mean, don't you have another
Bugs.
attack? Oh no, you're not level.
Yeah.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah, I
That's
don't know what
right,
you're talking
that's
about. I only have flurry of blows. I'm just like, what? Do this again? Like, I mean, like, that makes no sense.
Okay. Then is that any bonus?
If you're not gonna let me take a swig and blow out, then that's my. That's,
you can take a swig.
I
I'm not
know.
gonna hold the whiskey.
right.
I know
It's
it's
the wine in
okay,
my
wait a
mouth.
second. Okay, so you're not gonna do it.
Wait, what?
If I mean,
Here's what I'll do. I will put it in my mouth and ready my action.
all right.
For the next turn.
Yeah.
Can Jingles, as he's slowly trying to like slide himself up on the top of the thing, can he see what Don Ash is doing? Like pull out the big ass jug of liquor? Can I do a perception to see if I see that?
The wine won't burn, but you do have other stuff on you that will.
He's a drunken monk. That I was gonna say you've got.
What are you talking about?
Wine doesn't ever burn, ever.
Spirits 40% and
Nope.
higher.
80%.
Well, it's 80.
I mean,
proof,
80 proof, right?
Yeah, so 40% and higher will burn. So if you've got any of that like strong
I mean,
stuff,
I didn't ask the DM what proof this wine
Oh,
was.
okay. Well, the wine you don't.
Strong wine.
Oh,
Yeah.
Wine you don't think will do it.
All right, fair enough.
Like
If
a
you have
quarter of a
whiskey,
glass
if
and
you
you
got.
get-
What are you talking about? What are you saying I have?
I thought you had stuff in your barrel.
That's the wine.
You put wine? Oh, because you ran out of mead.
Yeah. Well, then I
Alright.
just drink it then.
There we go. All right.
I'm just like, fuck these
Okay,
bugs.
but then you take your.
I know.
You do. All right, awesome.
All right.
Noted.
In that case, Jingles watches him drink.
And he's jealous.
Amalfi's gonna go.
He's like,
going
damn,
to
even in
take-
a time of distress.
He
needs to go to a meeting.
Balls of steel.
Yeah.
She was going to fire an arrow at it. It misses, and she's going to.
It's a cloud of bugs. It makes
What
sense.
does it sound like? Does it sound like? No, not that one.
No.
Okay,
Not
good.
the whistling arrow.
Yeah.
Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The wolf. 1, 2, 3,
The wolf's gonna go eat bugs.
5, 6. Oh yeah. Okay. So put Wolfie right there.
He grapples the cloud of bugs.
Yes, bite him, drag him to the ground. Wolfie's gonna be like
No.
so chubby by the end of this.
You see, Wolf Camille try to bite down. It doesn't really grab into anything. Maybe clips a wing or so, but also misses.
There's one bug that's like.
Yeah.
Fuck!
Trixie, you're up.
All right. Trixie is going to. Oh, if I cast Hex, do I ruin my stealth?
Can I do something real
Bonus
quick?
action?
Yeah.
After I take the swig of wine, I go, "What am I doing? Run!" I just like say that.
Okay. I'm gonna stick with for now.
Fair enough. No, I just saying, fair enough. I just wanted to say that.
I believe on the lesser version of it, if you cast anything, you'd break yourself.
Break it. Okay.
Yeah,
Then I'm going
gonna,
to
I'm
just
gonna double check, but I think.
without Hex, go ahead and cast
Because
Eldritch Blast.
I believe Hex is also a bonus action. It might be something
It is a bonus action, so I don't know because I know
Yeah.
if it.
But
That's fine, don't worry about it.
Don't
That's
worry
what
about
I'm
it.
just
Yeah,
gonna do.
don't worry about it.
your
There you go.
regular thing anyway, and then we'll
Oh,
Pack it
that
on.
was terrible. 15 for the first one.
15 hits.
Oh, well, look at that. Okay, and the second one was higher.
Okay. Roll damage.
Yeah. Kill some bugs, bro.
Exterminate, man.
10
Yeah, just
10 damage.
and
Which
7.
are either of those magical or non-magical?
They're Eldritch Blast, so they're magical.
Oh, they're
Force
okay,
damage,
okay,
yeah.
great. All right, so 10 and 7?
Yeah.
All right.
Hey, character sheets.
And
Did
then
you not know?
There are some character sheets in the back.
Random things ever.
Learn something
now
every
I will
day.
cast text.
Oh my
And
god.
okay, go. So you're gonna if or not, if you become visible or not, either doesn't matter. You're gonna still gonna cast it.
Well, no. I did Eldritch Blast first. I'm going to use my bonus action afterwards, because
Right.
I'm already visible now.
Oh,
so
okay.
use my Eldritch
Copy
Blast.
that. All right. Replace her with that, please.
I will do Constitution.
All right, Constitution checks.
Constitution.
It is now hexed. Okay, it is Dorian's turn. He's going to run up and smack the crap out of it.
And sorry, I'm
hiding is
going
more
to
complex than I
move
thought.
back a little bit since Don Ash said run, just to see if anyone follows.
Yeah. Run from what?
It's a fucking cloud of insects. Like, let's just go.
Oh, I'm the first one away.
I
I'm
feel
all
you.
about
I
that.
feel you, bro.
Okay, so
Okay, if you make a noise, you give away your your position. So is hex?
Hex is vocational.
It is okay. All right.
cool. All right.
Then it is done.
Thank you.
Dorian comes up with his mace and just cracks down, and he does a little bit of damage to it. It is now the swarm's turn.
Ah, shit.
It actually you technically are the one who did the most damage with your smite. It's going to essentially take up your position there. You watch as Hyllenae kind of disappear.
Oh no!
All the swarms of all the insects there. They begin to kind of swarm her, and they're going to attack. How does a 18? Nope.
I have my shield.
You hear the little
By 1
clatter.
point.
You hear the clatter kind of go around her
Wait,
form.
if it ties, does it still hit?
No.
If it does hit at 18, then it does hit.
No,
if your AC
I'm
is
at-
18,
My AC is 19 because I have my shield.
Oh,
because she's got
Yeah.
a shield, right? Which is a +2.
That's okay. That's why I said like
Got it,
1
got it,
point.
got it, got it.
Yeah. So if it does hit, it does hit
Yeah.
the thing. All right. It is going to make a. Oh no, it doesn't. Okay, cool. All right. It is now Jingle's turn. You watch as the entire swarm has now surrounded Hyllenae. You cannot really see her.
Oh boy. All right. I am going to extend my flowery rapier as I slowly get to my feet. Now that I've finally gotten on top of
you
this
can
thing.
stand up now, and it's a little precarious, but you can do it. You're kind of between the two beams, and you. All right.
Perfect. And I'd like to whip it around and slash it out like that. And
Yep.
out of the tip, I would like to cast a
Just the tip.
just the tip. I'd like to cast a second level magic missiles
Okay.
at the bug swarm, and it always hits its target, so I won't hit you.
That's
Thank
very
you.
true. Very true.
So
Thank you
Go ahead and
very
roll.
much.
all right.
Go ahead and roll.
Yeah.
Roll that damage.
So I just gotta find
That's
my.
convenient.
It is super nice. All right. So I got how many? I think that's 4 missiles. Magic missile. 4 missiles. So that's a 3. 3.
Just like the music stops. Yeah.
It's like in a video game. It just
So
like,
that is
Is it-
8 plus 4 from the missile damage plus 1 for surge is going to be 12, 13 damage.
Nice.
13 damage to that.
Damn it, she's right. Hang on. All right. And I have
Oh
to-
yeah.
Oh,
We're good.
Okay.
Your
Um,
cursed dice.
it's
plants.
a lot more of these bugs have zapped down, and you can actually start to see Hyllenae's form right in between all of that. There's not a whole lot of them left. Still moving around. Hyllenae, it's your turn. You're right in the middle of all this.
I'm gonna attack.
Again? Again? It's your turn again?
Yeah, because I went after Jingles.
Oh, okay.
No, it surrounded her.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Is
Oh,
a
19.
26.
26 doesn't hit.
Yes, and so I'm
Yeah.
going to expend. Whatever. I'm gonna cast Divine Smite again. I can't talk today. All right, so bludgeoning damage is going to be 5,
5.
and got 3 and 6, so 9 radiant damage.
9. This is your moment. As you just
Nice.
gone and like they're surrounding you. What do you do?
Disperse the swarm.
All right, so I'm going to take a moment and connect with Athena, and I'm just going to come out of my shield and just smack down.
You watch as she kind of clears the swarm with her shield. You don't see a whole lot. Then you see a shield pop up and kind of smack them all down and come down as well with her mace and just kind of almost do like a whirlwind attack and just swat them all.
It's like a holy
And you
blender.
watch as the remaining insects begin to just fly away, realizing that the majority of them are now gone. And you watch as Hyllenae's shield is just covered, much like the front of a
Route 66, like
exactly,
you know.
Exactly. Route 66 shield is what she's got going on right now. And the insects are gone.
Well, that was fun. Shall we continue?
What was that?
I'm good from back here.
No,
What was that?
from like a mile away.
So Dorian's gonna just start his breathing a little bit.
I look at Dorian and I go, "You still want to see what your curiosity leads to?"
At least we know what we have up against us if we were to fight more of these things. So, yes, I do.
Hyllenae, lead the way.
I'm not entirely sure where I'm going.
He pulls out his compass again.
Just a subtle, like, remember who's
Yeah.
boss.
Should we be concerned with where that came from? These parts aren't completely uninhabited, right? Isn't that strange?
Well, this area seems to be somewhat uninhabited. I don't know how long old Helga had been here.
Interesting choice.
I mean, it's just something I just pulled out of my butt. Don't worry.
It's an ex-girlfriend.
It's an
It's a barbarian, you know, they have Teutonic names. It's good.
he actually kind of walks over to the corpse and kind of just pokes it a little bit more. And you see.
It's like we've done enough, Dorian.
Yeah.
Alright.
Goodness.
Can Jingles look down and make sure that there's not, like, another hole-filled corpse underneath him?
He looked down. Make a perception check.
Oh. Jesus Christ, that's an unnatural 20. All right.
Laser
My
eyes.
perception checks have
You burn
been
a
awesome
hole
today.
through the ground with your eyes.
There's
God.
nothing around you. You look around too. At your vantage point, you can kind of see the other homes around there. You don't see anything as far as corpses go. You see that one has been occupied for a while. It's been mummified for sure for a lengthy amount of time.
And with the unnatural 20, can I raise my gaze a little bit and just see if I see that one that had been kind of slithering, the one earth crawler?
Sure. And you're now looking at a different. You're looking at the same area first off, and you don't see anything. You look off to your left a little more, and you do see far away now. It's
Okay.
a little bit.
Good. Whew.
Look,
I'm
we
gonna
could
pop
stay
open my
here
parasol.
longer and potentially disturb another hive nest.
No, I think we should be moving forward.
I
We could
agree.
do that.
All right, let's go.
Just whenever someone falls asleep, make sure you cover up as much as you can.
Yes.
You guys begin to head again now towards the west, hugging the wall. It's the same. You guys find another little smaller village, not as complex as the one you were just at. Smaller stone structures, crumbled, almost actually completely crumbled. You almost miss it, except for the fact that you kind of stub your toe on a few of the stones. Everyone kind of notices and goes, "Oh, okay, cool." And they kind of give a
Oh,
little
thanks.
nod. Yeah.
Thanks for finding that, Jingles.
Nobody even cares.
You eventually hear.
That doesn't sound
And that
good.
wasn't me, right?
Yeah, and everyone's kind of looking at you, and it's up ahead.
All right, so shield at the ready again.
I pull my guitar.
It's like, this fine. And you guys are getting closer to the noise, and you hear just a woman yelling.
sounds angry.
You guys eventually move through these large
Happy.
stone formations, and you see the end of the gruesome battle. And you see this woman, blue hair, dark skin, just tearing apart one of these earth crawls. You saw just taking the jaw, going, and just essentially dislocating it, causing the full-on jaw to fall off. You see this beast's eyes just. She throws it down on the ground.
I'm erect.
And that is where we're going to end tonight.
And with that.
And with that, you see a bloodied woman just.
And an erect drow.
Wow.
And thank you, everyone, for enduring the drow's arousal. A drowsel, if you will. That was horrible.
Wow.
That was a dad joke. Happy Father's Day.
Happy Father's Day.
Yeah, exactly. It was straight up a dad joke.
Oh my god.
Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. For those of you who are new, we'll be here every week. Next week, though, we're going to do a Q&A. So
Special session.
So
Fashion.
a session. You're not a dad yet. Stop with that. Only I can do that. We're going to have a special Q&A where I believe it's going to be maybe more than just Kristen and I. We're going to have possibly Kat. If she can show up, we'll find out shortly. She's not here with us today, so we're going to have to find out. But
Kicking ass and
Oh, yeah.
probably beating someone over the head with a
taking
steel
names.
chair.
Yeah.
Jesus.
True story.
Definitely true story.
And then maybe a show.
That's not even.
Like that's just a normal.
And so thank you again for winning.
Yeah, thank
you for winning.
Winning,
King.
pull out
That's
king.
awesome.
Thank you for being the king of pulling out.
Because maybe you didn't win in other areas of your life. So
Maybe you did.
Maybe you did.
I know a little more about him, unfortunately. So
Jesus Christ, way to sell him out. I know he sucks, so god damn.
No, he's
Pull
a
out king,
wonderful
you're a winner in my book, man.
You're definitely a winner in our books. So again, guys, we're still looking for that 20 subscriber goal to get out the custom D20. Let's see what else we have going on.
This D20, like, what, 3 natural 20s for me tonight? So
Yeah, that was insane.
just saying,
That's
you want to win this.
That's not a thing, guys.
It is a thing.
No,
Sometimes,
is a thing.
sometimes it fails me really badly, but tonight it was
He
awesome.
double
so.
forged it for extra 20s.
Double forged. That should be a thing. Just double forged for your
It
pleasure.
is. It is.
All right, guys. Thank you again so much. We'll be here next week and the week after that with a special guest.
Oh, July 1st, new people.
New people. All right, guys. Thank you again so much. We'll see you next week. Take
See
care.
you then.
Bye.
Yeah.